Get it? They know I'm the man. Latrice, go. Yeah. They know I'm the man. They know it. They know it. What? They know I'm the man.
Oh, good afternoon and welcome to Fort Wayne, Indiana. It is the Franciscan Bowl. We're on the campus at St. Francis University. They have come out in full force. They know just how critical of a football game this is for the hometown Cougars and for the visiting Marion Knights. The 10th ranked Knights looking to avoid back-to-back losses in the regular season. It's been almost 10 years since that last happened for Marion, and in order to win today, it will have to be against one of their main rivals in the Mid-States East Division. Hello everyone, I'm Scott McCauley, along with Zach Graves, and a critical, important mid-October football game today in Fort Wayne, the Franciscan Bowl between the Cougars and the Knights. Always juice when you have these two teams together, Zach. A little different feel, but you're looking at essentially an elimination game for St. Francis, a Marion team needing a win, both teams scuffling a little bit more than we're used to seeing when they meet on the football field.
Yeah, I mean, this rivalry goes back, many years, and it's always a heck of a game when you have two teams that are only 2 hours apart. They recruit the same guys. A lot of guys went to high school with each other or played at high school against each other. So it's just a lot of rivalries going on within the big rivalry. And yes, both teams, coming off a loss. I mean, St. Francis did beat Madonna last week, but they've had a couple letdowns early on in the season, but they're still kind of rebuilding, coming off a 3-6 season last year. So yes, it does create an elimination type of game for them, because in the NAIA, if you lose 3 games, you are out of the playoff picture. So a lot of storylines going on today that we're going to talk about a lot, but at the core of it is just a heated rivalry that I look forward to a big game today.
This game also features 2 of the winningest coaches in Mid-States Football Association history. Here's the matchup today. Marion was number 5 in the country after last week's loss at home to Indiana Wesleyan. Mark Henniger's squad falls to number 10, still squarely in the NAIA football playoffs picture at number 10. However, another loss for Marion may damage those football hopes. On the other side for St. Francis, already with 2 losses, they are not ranked in the top 25. A loss today will eliminate St. Francis from all likelihood from playoff consideration. Marion dominating the season series. They have not only won 4 straight games, they have won 4 straight games here in Fort Wayne. And the last name on that list under St. Francis, Ted Karras Jr., the first head football coach in Marion history. Karras was the head coach for the Knights from 2007, culminating in that 2012 national championship. He's back in the Mid-States, first time back in this league since leaving Marion. On the defensive line, he is on this coaching staff. That's very important to guys like you and defensive coordinator Tyler Stinn, who played for Coach Karras.
Yeah, and all the old Marion guys obviously remember Coach Karras. I mean, he built the program from nothing up to a national championship team. And, it's bittersweet seeing him again. And I got to visit him with him pregame and, talk to him a little bit. And it's just wild to see him in a different color. He's a Marion guy, and when he left NAIA, he went to D2. And now he's been out of coaching for 5 years. He's back in coaching, and not just Coach Karras, but also Coach Sherman was the offensive coordinator at Marion, now the offensive coordinator at St. Francis. So, yeah, you mentioned, he recruited Tyler Stinn, who he's going against today. There's Coach Sherman right there.
Yeah, Adam Sherman, the new offensive coordinator again. He was at Marion. He was a part of that 12 title team and back in coaching.
Yeah, and it's just wild. He recruited Tyler Stinn, recruited a lot of guys that went to Marion, now back at St. Francis on the opposite side. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to have them back in coaching, but wearing the wrong blue today.
It doesn't matter what the records are, if you're ranked or not. This is the matchup that Marion fans look to on the season. It's the Franciscan Bowl. Great crowd, good juice already from both teams in warm-ups. They were loud and they were ready to go. There's the head coach of St. Francis. That's Kevin Donnelly.
That's Coach K.
Oh, that's Coach Karras.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So there's Coach K. There's Ted Karras, who's the Marion. He got Marion off the ground in 07. and then culminating with that 12 championship game, and then took the head coaching position at Walls just 8 days after that national championship game. But both Coach Karras and Coach Sherman work for Kevin Donnelly, who is in his 25th season as the head football coach here.
Long time.
344 wins. That's more than anyone else in NAIA history. His 44th season as a head coach. Mark Henninger, 87 wins. His 10th season on the sideline for Marion. The next win, if Mark Henninger wins today, it will be his 46th win in Mid-States Association East play. That will be good enough for the 8th most in conference history. Marion's offense is set to receive the ball first. Kicking the ball away, Jock James sends it high into the air, 49 degrees, a 15-mile-per-hour wind, and the kicker for St. Francis sends that into the end zone. And we get a look today at Zach Bundalo and the Marion offense, which really struggled last week. They could not find their footing all day against Indiana Wesleyan.
I think that's the best way to put it. They just really struggled to get things going offensively. The only times they really were moving the ball was at the end of halves, at the end of the first half trying to get a score, at the end of the second half trying to come back. So I look for them to try to establish the ground game a little better today, and I expect to see a lot of Hebler and Christian Hunter today.
Baron Hebler is the running back behind Zach Bundalo, the redshirt junior quarterback from Crown Point, Indiana. He will give to Hebler. Hebler lowers his shoulder, takes the line of scrimmage from the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Let's take a look at the Marion offense, brought to you by Donato's, and it's a Marion offense that has Bundalo there at the quarterback position. They will go with 3 wide receivers. Good experience in the offensive line. However, the line dominated last week by the Wildcats of IWU.
Yeah, they just could not get much movement up front. IWU had a very experienced defensive line that pretty much dominated the line of scrimmage.
Into the flat, it's Hebler. Good open field tackle. He's brought down. The good tackle coming up, Bailey Parker from his safety position.
A lot more catches this year out of the backfield for Hebler and Christian Hunter. That's Hebler's 7th on the year. And, yeah, just trying to get him out in space, get a little more yardage, get something going here early on.
This St. Francis defense highlighted by their middle linebacker, River Walsh, second-team All-League a year ago. He wears number 7. He's their top defensive linebacker and playmaker. 3rd down and 4. Bundalo changes in, and it's nearly picked off. Threw that into triple coverage. Dropped by Nate Newcomer. He had his first pick of the year in his hands.
Yeah, that was there. And especially at the beginning of a game to get an interception like that and set up your offense with this kind of field position, that would have been huge for St. Francis. This was what hurt Marion last week. The turnovers really killed them. A couple offense turnovers and special teams turnovers. We talked about that before the broadcast came on. Marion cannot afford to have plays like that early on and play from behind like they did last week.
Bundalo stared him down, and the Cougars were all over it. Ben Butler is back deep. This ball will land and roll off the foot of Taylor Soper. And a 3-and-out forced by the Cougars defense. Now we take a look at their offense, led by their offensive coordinator, former Marion OC, Adam Sherman. Heath Simmons is the quarterback, 6'5" senior. A year ago, he struggled in the game at Indianapolis, in which Marion thumped St. Francis, winning their 4th straight Franciscan Bowl.
Yeah, and this is a team that spreads it out. They like to run more of a spread formation, some 4 wide receivers, a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, and no real lead receiver. They throw it around. A lot of guys have catches.
There's a opportunity there with the ball by A.J. Dandridge, a senior from Pike High School. As you mentioned, they spread it around. No 100-yard rusher nor 100-yard receiver in a game this year. Just really don't have the explosive playmakers that the Cougars have had in years past.
Yeah, in the past there's like 1 or 2 main guys that they like to feed. Now they have, 5 or 6 different guys that'll get catches and rushes.
2nd down and 10. Good run. Breaking through tackles is Cameron Peterson. That's an 11-yard gain, and the first down belongs to St. Francis.
And pretty decent numbers for Peterson coming into the game. 85 carries on the season, 465 yards. That's good enough for 6 a carry, and he got about that on that run. He's a pretty good player. He's got some good stuff to him.
He's had some trouble holding on to the ball, though.
He
has had 4
That's true.
fumbles in the first 5 games for St. Francis. He is the tailback next to Simmons. Play action, looking right, into the flat. Nice catch over top of the safety. That was a really good grab there on the far side by Dandridge. Coverage. That's
Lockett. He's in today. He's the Fort Wayne guy from Northside High School, and he is in for Adler today at that nickelback position. And they're going to run a lot of nickel today. 5 DBs because of the way St. Francis spreads it out.
Second down and 1. Simmons hands it off, and that will be right at the sticks. Another one of those running backs come in, Crosley McGeecham.
Yeah, nice way to pad the completion percentage there with just a little toss forward that does count as a pass on the jet sweep motion.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Marion here and for the Marion fans as the ISC Sports Network communicated with St. Francis, and much to some people's surprise, able to televise today's game here in Fort Wayne. Well, a huge rivalry and always a very fun atmosphere and a neat stadium to play in. Nearly knocked down at the line of scrimmage into the open field. Inside the 30-yard line is Eli Patchett, a wingback. That's his 16th reception of the season.
Yeah, and there's just no one covering the flat here. They had 2 guys in motion, and then one went out to the flat, 33, and then someone else ran up the field. And just a little bit of miscommunication potentially for Marion's defense. They get a catch, first down, and add more with the late hit.
Yeah, there's the flag down. So instead of the line of scrimmage where they had that ball at the 27-yard line, they'll move it up even more.
And they're moving here, Scott, on this first drive. They are moving the ball.
There's our referee, Greg Santelli, with the late hit and the personal foul on Marion. Eli Patchett, who just had that last reception 2 weeks ago against Siena Heights, had 9 catches for 98 yards. You move that ball all the way now into the red zone. Little cross in the backfield. You give it off to McFadden, and Dion Pettiford will pull him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you notice St. Francis, a lot of motions, a lot of jet sweep action, a lot of misdirection. It creates a little bit of confusion on the defensive part. They have to communicate really well today, stay in their fits, be on the same page with each other because of how much St. Francis is moving around and trying to kind of mislead you with where they're going to go with the football. No one in the flat
the swing
again.
McFadden's going to make a spin move and then wrapped down and thrown down by Jake Paris. But you're right, really everything wide open on that right side of the field.
Yeah, no one's coming down to play that flat, and they're just having those little leak out routes where either running back or a tight end is wide open. There's no one out there accounting for number 1.
That's Peterson, pardon me. That's his 17th reception. He leads the team.
A lot for running back.
And he stepped out of bounds at the 6th-yard line, so it brings up 3rd down and 4 yards to go. 3rd and 3, long 3. Opening drive for St. Francis. 8th play of this drive. Heath Simmons gives to Peterson, and Peterson will move that pile. He'll get the first down. Now it's 1st and goal to go at the 3.
Yeah, as much as they like to spread it out going down the field, now when you get into these tighter areas, you'll help bring it down a little bit, bring in an extra guy to block and try to punch this one in.
Goal to go at the 3. They're going to make the line of scrimmage the 4. Cameron Peterson finds the end zone. He walks in behind the left side of Bronson Coy and Reeve Muncie.
I mean, walked in. You said it. I mean, that is blocked up about as good as you can get. It looks like Marion's linebackers are all flowing to the right, and there is no one left on the left side. And, yeah, easy touchdown for the Cougars. Blocked up really well up front, and there is nobody.
And they just march right down the field.
You said it.
61 yards in 9 plays. James for the extra point. And here in the St. Franciscan Bowl, which is so important, St. Francis scores first. 10:03 to play in the opening quarter. And the Cougars lead the Knights 7-0. You're watching Marion football on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Getting 30% off any Donato's pizza during Peace and Love Days is kind of a big deal. It's a huge deal, actually. Get 30% off any pizza during Donato's Peace and Love Days when you order online. If you dig a great deal, dig into a pizza before this deal is over in just a few days. Order online today using promo code LOVE. Donato's. Every piece is important.
I've always liked Indianapolis. I've been interested in the bigger city life. The community and everything fell into place.
With my degree, I plan on becoming a pediatric nurse. Indianapolis has several hospitals and different options to choose from as to where I should go.
I chose Indianapolis because I love the Pacers, I love the Colts, and this is a basketball city. Just wanted to stay in the city, play in front of my friends and family, and try to give Marion my best.
The Cougars go 61 yards. The first time they touch the football, they get a 4-yard touchdown run by Cameron Peterson. Jock James to kick the ball away to Ben Stevens and Jalen Jennings. The wind circling, but right now at the back. James sends it high into the air. Stevens backpedals, and he'll bring it out of the end zone. Ben Stevens across the 10-yard line. Stevens jumps a man, and he's able to carry it out to the 30. Good return. And now Marion needs to answer, move this football a little bit. They had a quick 3 and out the first touch.
Yeah, not an ideal start, 3 and out offensively, and then defensively you let the team go down and score a touchdown. So you want a little bit more from your offense this time. See what they can roll out here. Christian Hunter starting this drive at running back. 2
straight weeks in which the Marion defense, which is number 2 in the country in points per game.
Yeah, 7.5 a game.
They're 8th in the country in total yards, but back-to-back games, the opponent has taken their first possession and put points on the board. Bundelow, 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, hands it off to Hunter, runs through contact, common theme from number 4, and a late flag comes in.
Excellent pull block and pickup by Pope there. He was able to get the linebacker and sprung Hunter for an extra couple yards.
Marion is walking backwards.
There's a good look at Pope and the offensive line.
But now it's St. Francis who will walk backwards. They'll walk it off. Here is Greg Santelli. Personal foul, blow to the head. So this will be a big 15-yarder that you walk off from the 36 out to the 49. Wow.
Already we got some rotation here at wide receiver as well for Marion. We've already seen number 87, Tyree Spence, and now Jalen Jennings in at slot.
So Jalen Jennings is in the game. He's in that slot, number 14. One of the fastest players on the team. Hunter tripped up, keeps his feet. That was the linebacker Walsh who tripped him up, but you need more than that to bring down number 4.
Yeah, we mentioned River Walsh earlier. This team is led by their linebacker crew. River Walsh, 32 tackles coming in, actually good for 2nd on this team. Nice move by Hunter to avoid Walsh.
That was a good little just stutter.
Yeah, and then also number 48 is the guy to look out for, Talhelm. He leads the team, 54 tackles through 5 games. That's a lot.
Gain of 7 on first down. 2nd down and 3. Marion trailing by a touchdown. Bundelow plants. He's going to look for a lot up top, and it's underthrown and intercepted. Damon Hunter, his 2nd pick. First drive nearly ended in a turnover. The 2nd one does.
Now this guy Hunter, he's the boundary corner for St. Francis. Only his 2nd pick this year, but he has 6 PBUs, pass breakups. This guy knows where the football is. He's really good at putting himself in position to make plays like that, and he did. It's against the wind. He's throwing into the wind, Bundelow, and just hung it up there forever on that corner route.
He has to throw that football outside, more to the boundary.
It's got to be an incomplete pass out of bounds or only where Stevens can get it. He hung it up there way too long, and Hunter comes in and makes the interception.
Well, Simmons now goes to work, and another wide open running back pass, and this one again. They absolutely tore up Marion with these short little plays on their first drive. Cameron Peterson takes it out and clears it past the 20.
I mean, take what the defense gives you, right? If there's no one in the flat, expect Coach Sherman to continue to throw those little swing passes and take the yards when they're there. There is nobody in the flat right now. Coach Sten needs to adjust.
Line of scrimmage will be the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Flag comes up and the running back goes nowhere. You got the heart of that defensive line in there making plays.
And they were quiet last week. I kind of expected them to come in and have a big game. They had their game plan to go quick and really neutralize that defensive line. So not a lot of production from those LN boys up front and Bucher.
Now, Alex Griffin, number 35, is in at the middle linebacker position. Logan Blake is not out there currently on this drive.
We're at that point in the season, too, where you got a lot of those nagging injuries kind of lingering, and you miss some practice time, and sometimes they can carry over into Saturday.
They took up the flag. 2nd down and 5. It's actually 3rd down and 5. No flag on the play. Simmons, the quarterback, facing a 3rd down play action. He'll sling it over the middle.
Great
Good
play.
defense. Jay-Sean Underwood, who played high school here in Fort Wayne at Snyder, knocks it down. They get the stop as the defense on 3rd.
Underwood coming off a monster game last week against Indiana Wesleyan. He had 9 tackles, made plays all night long, and he carries it over here against the Cougars with a nice PBU there.
Yeah, coming back home to Fort Wayne, making the play as number 17. So you send the punter James back. 18 punts this year. He's averaging just under 42. Jalen Jennings, who had a critical fumble last week in the 3rd quarter in the loss to Iowa, stands at the 35. Jennings catches it at the 35. Jennings breaks free. Sprints down the sideline. And he's knocked down inside the 15-yard line. Finally, number 14 gets free.
And momentum-wise, partner, that is a huge, huge series of events. You have the interception. After the Cougars go down and score a touchdown, they get a 3-and-out. They punt away thinking you're going to flip the field right back. And then, boom, Jalen Jennings with a huge return gets them into the red zone. He is such a dangerous specialist.
50-yard punt return by Jennings. And Marion now inside the Ortho Indy red zone at the 15-yard line.
That's your All-American returner right there, and he makes a play when you need it.
Bundalo has Baron Hebler behind him. 2 wide receivers out to his right. Hebler lowers the shoulder, falls forward. Like a missed tackle came in there by Connor Price, the defensive end, and that allowed Hebler to pick up some yardage.
Another yellow flag. We've seen quite a few early on today.
Yeah, both of these teams average 6 penalties apiece. Busy day thus far for Greg Santelli and his crew. Another personal foul. That's the second 15-yard penalty. This one will be half the distance.
And now expect Marion to go Wildcat here inside the 10.
They go to the 6-yard line after that play. Give them 1st down. Here's the Wildcat with Reichert.
2 tight ends, 3 wide receivers here.
Reichert does have 2 rushing touchdowns out of this Wildcat formation. This is a wrinkle that they unveiled 3 weeks ago. Reichert will try and sweep it to the right side. He's going to find room and the corner.
Yeah, bad angle there by Dakari Jones. He tries to cut off Reichert through the B gap. Got to play that more outside. Easy touchdown for Reichert. Watch number 5 as he comes through the offensive line. Just can't get to Reichert. He has not a good angle, and Reichert's able to score.
Easy touchdown, all set up by the big punt return from Jalen Jennings.
Yes, sir.
And now Marlon Pomeli is on for the extra point. Pomeli looking to tie up this game at 7s. Jack Henniger is the holder, and the kick is up, and it is good. And we are deadlocked at 7 apiece. A huge punt return put Marion on the doorstep, and they punch it in with the rushing touchdown. You're watching Marion football first quarter action on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
I'm Scott McCauley along with Zach Graves, 7-7 midway through the first. When it rains, it pours. So trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Special thanks to AAA Roofing for their support of Marion Athletics. Rushing touchdown by Jake Reichert. Marion on the board. 50-yard punt return by Jalen Jennings sets it up. Marion already has the turnover.
Yeah.
But the defense got the stop.
Right.
Special teams flips the field. Good answer, 7-7. It's not been a great start for the Knights, but it's a tie game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a good answer, and they did it pretty quickly. Last week, even after the turnover against Indiana Wesleyan, it took a little time for them to get going. They seem to really have their footing early on in this game.
Pomeli has to have this ball re-teed. Alex Griffith was jogging over as if he needs to hold it down.
Yeah, it is windy. It was brisk. We were out there on the field pregame, and you could feel it.
It is, and it's just such a cool setting here on campus.
With the water,
sure. With the lake behind the Marion bench, the
Fall
trees
colors.
still on, the leaves still on here. Pomeli puts it in the air. That's a short kick.
Uh-oh.
But breaking free and then brought down. Good return by Crosley McEacham.
And great tackle there by Danny Lewis. There on the kickoff unit. So a touchdown on the first drive and a 3-and-out on the second for the Cougars.
And you can see, even on that last one, the 3-and-out, they have room to throw the ball underneath. It's already been a busy day running and catching for running back Cameron Peterson for St. Francis. Line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line. There's Danny Lewis, just made that special teams play. Getting some run right now on defense. A lot of second string guys on the defense are out here right now.
Bad snap, threw off the timing on that one. Nice job by Pettiford to wrap him up.
Interesting right now in the secondary, T.Y. Thomas is out there. Danny Lewis is out there for Jayshon Underwood. You have Fry and Campbell still out there. So it's just Underwood right now who is not out there on the secondary. Danny Lewis is there.
And even Joe Owens, 27, playing some linebacker. I haven't seen a lot of him. A lot of new guys getting some early run here on both sides of the ball today.
You lose a game and then you give up an opening drive touchdown. Who's going to make plays today? There's a catch out in the flat. That is a big target making that catch and then being brought down. Jay Siegel, who is arguably the #1 receiver on this team, but just not targeted as frequently as you think your #1 should.
Yeah, and he's, again, wide open, near the sideline, no white jersey, anywhere near him. A lot of easy throw and catches early for Heath Simmons.
And Siegel, either he's really cold or that's a tight end body. That's a big dude down there. Listed at 5'11", 204, sling it out in the flat. Catch is made. Logan Blake eventually brings him down with the help of Campbell as well.
If you're a fan of effort, then you really like watching Logan Blake play. I mean, this dude just goes all out when he's on the football field. You can't even see him in your screen yet. He comes over from the mic position and makes a tackle in the flat. That's just good stuff right there.
Second catch of the game for Eli Patchett plays that tight end / wingback position they use here at St. Francis. Cougars on 2nd down and 9.
Missed tackle.
Just slicing his way through after the miss is Peterson.
Yeah, he had him at the line of scrimmage, but missed the tackle, and he's able to pick up those extra yards, set up 3rd and manageable.
Move the football into Knights territory. 5:33 on the clock. Opening quarter. Marion ranked 10th in the country. St. Francis outside of the top 25. It's Tyler Stinn in the yellow, the defensive coordinator. Played at Marion, a national champion in 2012. Second year as the defensive coordinator. Simmons looking to his right, slings it underneath. Excellent coverage by Lewis.
It was.
And a late flag comes in. He might have brought him down.
It looked like he was close. I mean, you can't see anything from here as far as where his hands were, if any holding or anything like that. But he definitely got his hand on the ball. Just where was his other hand?
So it will go against the Marion cornerback.
And it is holding.
They'll call holding.
Wow.
10-yard penalty on the holding and an automatic first down. There's head coach Mark Henniger walking on that sideline. 10th season as the head coach, and absolutely dominates this series with St. Francis. It is not the rivalry that it used to be, as Marion has come out on top in 7 of the last 9 games. 5 times St. Francis has been ranked in the top 5 in the country on those Marion wins.
That's a good point that you make, because the season, or excuse me, the series is 10-7. But a lot of those early on, when Marion was just kind of coming up and St. Francis was still kind of top of the NAIA, was when they rolled off a lot of those wins. Had some really good games in the middle around, 14, 15, and 16, when both teams were trading national championships kind of thing. And now they've both, kind of leveled off a little bit. But Marion is coming on the winning side more often than not lately.
Simmons underneath. Campbell comes up and knocks it away.
Great play by Campbell.
Boy, and really had to come around and make sure he did not interfere with Patchett. Excellent play by number 10. We usually don't see Clay Campbell make those PBUs like that.
Yeah, he's been coming on as late. I've seen him improve pretty much every week, number 10. He's been making more and more plays each game. That was a nice one right there.
So here's 3rd down and 8 from the 37-yard line. Big 3rd down right here on both sides of the ball. Marion looking for a stop and then make St. Francis make a decision. Simmons, the quarterback, slings it out in the flat. Peterson's going to have to make some men miss, and he'll dive out to about the 33-yard line. That'll be short.
That's a decision here.
Let's see what Andy Sherman wants to do.
And their kicker does have some leg. Another one out to the flat here. Nice job by Marion of just playing the sticks and then coming up and making a tackle, not letting anything behind you on 3rd and long. Jack James is 8 of 10 this year with a long of 45.
No, he has a big-time leg.
He has a leg, but they're in the position where they kind of think about going for it.
And he has a little bit of wind at his back, and they will bring out their kicker.
Okay, let's see it. I mean, you're looking at a 50-yarder here.
Play clock is at 9. And now it's at 7.
You made the good point.
And now it's at 4. And now you call your timeout.
Well, you had your one of your kicker O-lineman coming out late there. Didn't get the call quick enough, 98.
So 1 year ago, James was 7 of 7. He was coming off being the Mid-State Special Team Player of the Week. He did not play in the game against Marion or any games after that. He broke his leg last year on an onside kick.
Oh.
He did it in practice the Friday walkthrough before the Marion game.
Ow.
So number 0 in a walkthrough on practice broke his leg on an onside kick drill. Missed the rest of the season. He was 7 of 7 up to that point. So this will be our first time seeing him kick. And I got to be honest with you, that 0 looks like it was ironed on like today. When did they just find that number and someone just glue that on?
It looks like a T-shirt almost.
Is that a real number on there?
Wow.
It looks like it's bigger than all the other ones. Look at it compared to the.
That's great.
Hey, all I have is this blue jersey. Oh, here, let's strap this Buckeye O on it and have you go from there. This is going to be
50 yards.
A 50-yard field goal
Without this
attempt.
win, they probably wouldn't go for it.
This would be a season long. He's made one from 45 to give St. Francis the lead.
Oh, I think they got a piece of that.
Yeah, that's not even going to make it to the back line of the end zone.
Oh,
And a
very late flag
comes in, and they will move the chains.
Oh, I was looking at the ball. I did not see the kicker. And he's limping off. Let's take another look at it. So I think Marion got a piece here. Oh, yeah, that's a penalty.
All right, if we could run that replay again. Watch Thomas as he goes around. Looks like Thomas had his face mask grabbed as he went around the corner. Watch Thomas as he goes around.
Not only that, if they did get a piece, then it's no penalty.
Watch Thomas. It looks like he gets his He was held.
Yeah, he was.
First of all, as he goes around.
He just goes down, makes clear contact. But I thought I heard a thump of a block potentially. If it was blocked, then there can't be a penalty for roughing the kicker.
Give him the first down on the penalty.
But it doesn't matter. They give him the first down.
A special teams mistake. Simmons looking over the middle, and it's incomplete. Poor throw intended for Jay Siegel. He didn't step up and throw that ball with any confidence.
He didn't, and he had him beat inside. Like Siegel had the position on T.Y. Thomas to be there for the catch. He just underthrew it, Simmons. Wow, what a crazy series of events there.
Second down and 10 from the 28-yard line.
They almost went for it. They almost didn't even kick it. Decided late, had to take the timeout, then they end up getting a first down via penalty.
Let's keep an eye on number 1, Cameron Peterson, the running back. Several catches already in the flat today. In motion is McEacham. Play action. Simmons over the middle, and that's caught. Another low, poor throw, but a good catch is made by Jay Siegel into the red zone at the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 13.
Cougars are doing a good job today of getting open. I mean, they are setting themselves up for Simmons to make these throws, and so far he has delivered.
And the offensive line is giving him the time to scan the field. He is not going at his first read. That time he looked around, waited for Siegel to get open.
Exactly. It's not like he's getting rid of it right away like we saw Indiana Wesleyan do last week. I mean, he has the time up front. Offensive line is blocking up well, and he's delivering the ball.
This will be the 12th play of the drive, and it's intercepted
on
the far sideline.
What a play.
Guess who? Ricky
Kwok. Wow.
Second pick of the season, the 8th of his career. This is a touchdown-saving pick.
Look at that pocket. Has the time, just underthrew it. I mean, he has the wind against his back. That is a underthrow. Ricky Ballhawk Kwok undercuts it. Makes the interception, his 8th of his career. That's all this guy does is pick the ball off.
The good doctor delivers.
No doubt.
Delivers with the pick. They're even now are the turnovers at 1 apiece. Marion dodges trouble. Now they've got it at the 5-yard line. Christian Hunter, a little bit of breathing room out to the 7. That is a gigantic play by Ricky Kwok.
Especially after the penalty that gave them an extra try. They continue to move the ball. And, yeah, that was a underthrown ball. I mean, he ended up undercutting him because he was kind of beat on the route. If he throws that to the back pylon, it's a touchdown.
It comes out of nowhere. You don't expect to see Ricky Kwok getting some run, by the way, on a play inside the red zone, making the play. Bundalo, Hunter, another conservative play.
Yeah, inside zone twice in a row, not much going.
You're out to the 8-yard line, and now you have third down. Does offensive coordinator Andy Mitchell, and they're looking for a bounce-back performance after last week's loss to Iowa. Do they put it in the air? Do they trust Bundalo on 3rd down and 8 deep in their own territory?
Yeah, always look out for number 84, Ben Stevens, on a 3rd down situation.
He's at the bottom of your screen.
Jalen Jennings back in at slot. Love to see it.
And Jacob Pressler is the wide receiver at the top of your screen. He's 6'4". He's a good safe target. Hunter is the running back. Bundalo will put it in the air. Steps through. Come on, Zach, throw that ball. He's going to try and work in, and he'll be hit and dropped at the 11-yard line.
Well, pressure right away up front, and we saw this a lot last week against Indiana Wesleyan. Just guys, offensive linemen getting beat one-on-one in a pass pro scenario. And right away with someone in your face, Bundalo has to pull it down, try to make a play. Adam Warren that time got beat.
You know, and you mentioned that. You're right. It was a tough go last week for the guards in pass protection. Straight up getting beat man-to-man.
Well,
just one-on-one.
Yeah.
Soper will punt from his own end zone. Here they come, and they block it.
No.
And this ball will bounce and roll. Scooped.
Oh, no.
And a tackle is made. A touchdown saving tackle.
What a heads-up play.
Marshall Flagg tackled it. because St. Francis was ready to put that on the board.
I mean, that's a heads-up play from Brandon Payne. Marion guys just looking at the ball. That ball is live. It was blocked. Any blue jersey can pick it up. A white jersey has to stop the ball. Payne picks it up, and he had end zone in his sights. And like you said, Flag with a huge tackle to save a touchdown.
Last week, St. Francis had 2 block kicks that they scooped and scored.
Touchdowns, yes.
2 touchdowns. Simmons towards the end zone. Catch is made. It's at the 6-yard line. And here come the Cougars knocking on the door again. McEacham with the catch.
I mean, this team blocks a lot of kicks. Against St. Xavier, which the game they lost, they blocked a field goal. I mean, this team, special teams focus, blocking kicks, scooping and scoring. Huge, gigantic momentum shifter there. After a conservative approach from Marion, backed up in their own end zone. They go inside zone, 3rd and long, try to pass, have to punt it, and it's blocked.
First down, goal to go at the 8. Simmons
Majors.
pressured, and he'll throw the ball in the dirt.
There he is. Tyler Majors with the pressure.
The officials are going to wave this as incomplete. They're going to talk right now, or the officials say, here's where he were. He threw it right at the feet of his guard. There's no wide receivers there, but in the grasp.
For a nose tackle, he has 15 tackles, six for loss, and 2 sacks this season. That's really good production from your nose tackle, Tyler Majors. Good player, really good player.
Second down, goal to go. Peterson lowers the shoulder, dropped at the 6.
Right,
ran into a wall on that right side of the D-line. Logan Blake, number 6, the linebacker, makes the play. And we have reached the end of the first quarter.
Wow, what a good game we got going here.
This is a fun game. Back and forth. It will be a 3rd down play coming up for St. Francis. 3rd down, goal to go. We're tied at 7.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
He's got another 2 big saves.
Well, what a first quarter here in St. Francis. We're in Fort Wayne, and Marion answered a Cougars touchdown with a touchdown of their own, but it's been back and forth with momentum. And there is a huge INT. There's a look into the booth. We look nice today, too, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, they dropped
Never have the booth cam. This is
they dropped the booth cam in on us. And look, we're like, we'll just go with hoodies today, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is live. This is us.
Yeah.
How are you? We're not afraid.
No.
Now we are looking forward to this one right here. 3rd down, goal to go.
Big opportunity here for the Cougars.
Marion has already stood tall with their backs facing their own end zone. Simmons looking left, looking right, dumps it off, and a bad throw.
Now, is this 4 down territory? Do you go ahead and go for the score with the momentum? The block kick, you're here inside the 10, or do you just go for 3?
And they will go and put the points up. They'll send out Jock James. His name is so close to that 90s CD. Jock James.
Jock James.
Is this kid Shaquille for real? Dun, 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 dun. Kick is up, and James punches it through.
A little disappointing for St. Francis to settle for 3 on that one with that block kick. A big opportunity to get a touchdown there, but they'll settle for the 3 points. Playing pretty good defensively right now, so go ahead and take the points, take the lead.
You know, when you see plays like that and you see a team settle for a field goal, it reminds you just how big of a tackle that was by Flag.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't make that tackle out, there's a good chance Mark Henniger's team is watching a block, punt, scoop, and score come back, and it's 14-7. Flag heads up, makes the tackle. You force St. Francis to try and punch it in, and you only give up the field goal.
Yeah, it's a big win for Marion's defense there, being backed up like that and able to hold them to 3 points. But, you know, block punts don't really happen a lot, and a lot of times they'll go backwards. So when it goes forwards, you got a lot of guys kind of, Marion guys who are like, oh, what do we do? Do we grab it?
Right.
What do we do?
Yep.
And just that 1 second of hesitation can lead to a score, and it almost did.
Indiana's member credit union is proud to support Marion University, now offering a Marion University Knights debit card. The card is included when you open up a free IMCU checking account. Get your Marion University Knights debit card today and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Well, 49 degrees, but sunny skies right now here in
It's a beautiful
Fort Wayne.
fall day. Beautiful fall day.
All right, the Marion offense for the second time today will come out onto the field trailing.
I mean, this is the kind of day that if you weren't calling the game, you'd probably have your wife taking you to the kids to pick some apples or pumpkins or.
Yeah, today is. Oh yeah, what do you want to do on your Saturday? What more do I want to do? Let's hang out at the pumpkin patch. That's right. James puts his foot into it. Stevens from the 4. And he'll be twisted down. Momentum out to about the 27. It is a great day for college football. Great day to see these two teams square off once again.
It's just such a fun rivalry.
It is.
You just step into either stadium, whether you're in Indianapolis or in Fort Wayne, you can just kind of feel it. You know, you got the tailgates going on out here, and all the fans are geared up, the players are geared up. It's just a fun rivalry.
And even pregame, with both teams are on the field going through warm-ups, lots of noise. Both teams were really
loud.
Just kind of starting to make some noise and chatter. All right, and now Marion needs to answer the points that were put on the board. Zach Bundelow sets Ben Stevens in motion. Hebler, good run on first down.
Nice little pop there, yeah. I like that one.
Give him 8 yards, carried out to the 36.
Yeah, motioning in, Byerly the tight end, and Stevens the slot receiver to help block inside, handed off to Hebler and got a nice 8 yards there. Good blocked in, and Dylan, look at that, up front with the pancake. Beautiful.
Bundelow just starting this game 1 of 3 with the pick.
Not ideal.
And Bundelow, 3rd in the country, completing 66% of his passes. He's averaging 224 through the air. That's 20th best in the country. Hebler on 2nd and 2, and it will be a 3rd and 1 after he's stood up and dropped. Nate Tellham, number 48 from that linebacker position with the initial hit.
Yeah, stud. This guy is a stud. Him and River Walsh, we mentioned before, are the two guys. This team is led by their linebackers. Not a lot of production from the defensive line. Connor Price has 12 tackles, a couple TFLs, but most of the tackles come from the linebacker core.
3rd and 1. Big down right now for the Knights. Hebler is the single back. The bells and the aluminum bleachers rattling below. High snap, Hebler, and he'll be right at the stick.
Oh,
the far judge might have given him the spot.
He gave it to him. I thought it was close. River Walsh comes through unblocked, and Hebler has to avoid him and go to the other side of the offensive line where he runs into some more blue jerseys. Take a look at number 7, stunts inside.
Oh, what a move.
Just, sauced him up front. And it wasn't enough, though. Marion's able to pick it up.
Yeah, this crowd not happy about that spot, but now you give it to him. Marion 3 straight runs to open up this drive. 1st down and 10. Bundelow will put this one into the air. Plants over the middle, picked off.
Oh, no.
Trouble on the return. 2nd INT for Bundelow. And jumping that route, creating the turnover, C.J. Tanner's 2nd pick of the year.
Stared him down. He stared him down all the way. Number 20 watched his eyes. Look at that. Look who he's looking at. Who do you think he's throwing the ball to? Tanner knows. He's going to Ben Stevens. I'm going to jump over this, and I'm going to get an interception. Out of the slot, skinny post. He is all over it, Scott.
And then Stevens didn't really run that route all the way through. Was Stevens some miscommunication there? Is Stevens thinking he's going to sit soft in that zone? Or did he keep going on and get that pick?
Yeah, man. He just read it all the way.
Young man from Brownsburg, junior, big pick. Peterson. And he has stood up and immediately dropped.
Nice job by Griffith. He cut into that line so fast, makes Peterson bounce it quicker than he wanted to. and Marion's able to rally.
Logan Blake brings him down. Boy, second turnover right now for Marion. And really, you could throw the block punt in there as 3 turnovers.
Sure.
Second down and 10 from the 44.
Now, this is the type of situation, too, where if you're the Cougars, where you're going against the wind. I was going to say take a shot, but it's going to be tough to throw one down against the wind.
Peterson, here comes third down and long as he's hit at the point of attack.
Yeah, nice job by Marion. Once again, this defense answering the bell. Every time there's a quick change with the turnovers, they come out and get these nice quick stops. Obviously still an opportunity here on third down, but nice job by Marion's defense to come in with support there.
Trevor Adler is out there now, normally the starting nickelback, number 1. Little nursing some injuries. He is out there right now. Dom Small out there as well. Underwood, the other cornerback opposite Small. Stand tall underneath. That's incomplete. Good pressure up front.
It was. Great pressure up front. They really collapsed that pocket very quickly. You saw the whole defensive line in there. Nice job.
Now they'll send out the kicking unit, but this will be a punt situation for James.
Yeah, 45, Dakari Kinney was one of the guys in there. Getting more run these last couple weeks. We saw him pregame shirtless out there doing his D-line moves.
Yeah, he was ready for this football game.
He was.
Jennings stands at the 10. He already has a 50-yard punt return today. This one he'll let go, and it's into the end zone. And now the Marion offense will come out and
Oh, no.
Oh, you are just covering on a punt, and then to go down like that.
Turf monster.
That is not a good look. That is Luke Owens, a defensive back, not on the 2 deep, but clearly a special teamer, and he was in a lot of pain when he went down there.
Yeah, usually when you see a guy like that, you're expecting the worst, but
yes, when you
he's putting a little more weight on it now.
Let's see him at the end. Oh, he just sort of hit like a flat spot. Oh, he grabbed his knee.
Got sniped.
And he grabs that lower leg. This is a brand new turf here.
Oh, and it's beautiful,
It's
too.
really nice.
It really is.
And they needed it. The turf that they've replaced was really old.
It was old.
You know, and like a lot of schools across the country, you go to this field turf because tonight there'll be a soccer game, a soccer match on this field, so it's everyone around the university can use it, and that's the big key for these teams. Hunter, tackled. Maybe lost a yard.
These linebackers, man.
That's Nate Tallum, the junior from Franklin Central High School.
They flow really well. They get to the ball very well. They're good players. 48 and 7. Talhelm and Walsh.
From the Marion 20-yard line.
That was blocked up pretty well. He had a chance to really make something out of that one, but 48 is there.
Second down and 10. Marion trailing.
Need something to give him some juice on offense. Big play.
They'll run it off to Hunter, and he'll be hit. Now you're looking at third down and 10. The last time Bundalo put it in the air, it was a pick.
Yeah, well, they do have the wind at their back going this way, but yeah, I mean, Bundalo little shaky here early with the 2 picks.
And he's coming off his worst game of the year last week against Indiana Wesleyan. Here's a big-time road test and a big third down.
Out of the pistol.
Marion needs to get this beyond the 30.
When's the last time we've seen 4 wide receivers set? It's been a while.
He'll dump it off. Hunter's going to have to make something happen, and he cannot.
Great job by the Cougars secondary. They went 4 wide, which is, Marion doesn't show this on film. They really never go 4 wide receivers. All the DBs have all the receivers covered, has to dump it off, and Talhelm, he's all over Christian Hunter.
That's a big stop right there. Marion has to give it up.
That guy's a good player.
3 and out for the Knights. Not a lot to show for it thus far.
Talhelm from Franklin Central, southeast side.
Soper will now punt it away from his own 10. Ben Butler is back deep. They'll kick it towards Butler, and he will just simply catch it out of bounds. And that is where St. Francis will go to work. First onside, formerly More Restoration, is here to help power you through whatever comes your way, from fire and flood to catastrophic storms or biohazards. They have the team, technology, and resources to help you restore, rebuild, and rise. Go Knights from First Onside. 10 points thus far for St. Francis. They've had chances at more, and the Marion defense has stood tall. There's a little misdirection, but nowhere to go. Danny Lewis not buying it. He crashed in from his corner position and then will limp off.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of white jerseys breaking the line of scrimmage there. A lot of guys in the backfield. Nice job by Marion's defense. Oh, man, he's really banged up.
Play lost 3 yards. Second down and 13.
And they really stopped doing a lot of that motion jet sweep action. We only saw that on the first drive.
Simmons has some time, throws it underneath, pass complete to Dandridge. Dandridge will be hit, moves it out 7 yards, but you bring up third down and 6.
Yeah, trying to make a play coming across the field, but that's where all the Marion guys are. Nice easy pitch and catch here on just a short curl. Trying to come into the middle, make a play, but a lot of white jerseys around there.
Third down and 6 right now. Marion looking for another stop. The Marion defense coming into this game holding opponent to just 22% conversion rate on third down, top 3 in the country.
A lot of action in the first quarter. Now we've kind of leveled off here. Both defenses really getting their footing and making a lot of stops.
Simmons, delayed draw, not happening.
Tyler
Majors. Hit him and then grabbed that jersey and said, forget it, son, it's time to punt.
I mean, he's a playmaker. I mean, you don't say that a lot of times about a nose tackle, but Tyler Majors is a playmaker. Nice cleanup there from Campbell and Kwok as well, but that was all Majors. Grabbing a hold of that jersey, not letting the draw go anywhere.
Well, no gain, so each team now, that is the third consecutive 3-and-out series from these two offenses. Jennings at the 15. James over his head.
Smoked it.
Yeah, this one will likely go.
Oh,
and what a stop!
A punt.
Oh, man, did he nail that? That ball just died at the 5.
Wow.
Great punt.
That was really good. Jalen Jennings doing the right thing, not going past the 10-yard line.
Nope.
That thing hit the 10 and spun back. He put some English on it.
I mean, if you are Jennings, you did absolutely the right thing.
That was for the brand right there.
Think so?
Oh, absolutely. Pat McAfee would be proud.
Boy, he has really done some incredible things.
He really has.
Since that playing career.
See him doing a backflip off the Tennessee boat this morning?
Nope. I've been locked in on this game. I haven't.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
I mean, first and 10, turn give, Hebler. 8-yard. Ooh, they'll help throw him forward out to the 10.
Had a little downtime at the hotel this morning. We were up here last night.
That's right. Marion made the decision to come up. Usually it's a day trip.
Yeah. Don't want to mess with traffic or anything. Plus the noon kickoff can really throw off your Saturday routine a little bit, being an hour early. So it's nice to just be here the night before, wake up, eat breakfast, and get going.
Said the potatoes were good today.
Oh, delicious. Nice and crispy.
Second down and 6. It's another run, right?
Absolutely.
Hebler spins, and they're going to, it looks like maybe the 11.
First and second down inside zone. We've seen it a lot so far.
Marion has really kind of gone conservative on that offensive side, but really Bundalo has struggled whenever he's been asked to throw it. And here's a third down and 5. It's third and medium, but let's see if they got a quick hitter in them at all. Under 6 to play before halftime. Marion, they need a conversion here. Need to get something going. Bundalo sets up a screen, and it will be stuffed.
All over it. Oh, push.
Stevens is trying to push.
They got it.
He might be at the sticks.
Oh, what a play. That's all effort right there from Stevens and the offensive line to push and get that first down. That's something that will give you some juice right there.
That is a play that's finished. I'm ready to write it down. It's over.
Ready
Let's
to
punt.
punt. Bring out Soper. What an extra effort there from the entire offensive unit.
Move it out to the 17. Huge play.
Huge.
That's 84, willing his team on that first down. He was hit 4 yards behind those sticks.
Easy. A defensive lineman had him wrapped up.
First down and 10 from the 17. You move Stevens in motion. Hebler hit right at about the 18-yard line.
First down run. I'd like to see a play action here with the wind at your back. Give us a deep shot. Look, the kicking net just fell over. The wind is whipping.
If you knock over a kicking
net. Exactly. It's whipping.
Gain of 1 out to the 18-yard line.
Nice deep shot here.
Marion down by 3. 4.5 to play before halftime. Marion will kick the ball away to start third quarter action as you look ahead. Bundelow. Play action.
There it is.
Puts
Wide
it in.
open.
Stevens catches it at the 35. Turns the corner. And he's tripped up on the far sideline.
Beautiful. Play action on second down. First and second down. A lot of runs. Go play action. Ben Stevens runs a corner route. No one near him. Wide open out of his slot position. Beautiful job by Bundelow to sell it. I mean, look at that. There's no one around him.
Bailey Parker, the safety, trips him up at the 35-yard line. Huge play for Marion. Biggest pass play that they have had in some 2 weeks. 47-yard pass play to Stevens. He's needed that catch too today. 84.
Oh, yeah.
Hebler, jump stop, comes through, picks up a yard down to the 34.
Yeah, collapsing that line of scrimmage there. Defense line holding up blocks, let these linebackers come in and make tackles. Not much room for Hebler to run.
That's a big play on that long pass play by Stevens for Bailey Parker to get that pursuit angle
absolutely.
and trip up Stevens. He was ready to finish that run for a huge touchdown.
Let's see what they do with it here. You got the big play that you needed to give you some juice, but got to follow through and get some points.
Clock now under 3 minutes. And Bundelow will give it to Hebler.
Nice.
And he'll plant his foot, carried inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. He'll pick up 5. Here's a third down and 4.
Yeah, outside zone this time, blocked up well on the right side of the offensive line. Cibula, Pope, pick up their guys, create some room for Hebler. Now, third and manageable.
Marion can either run it or put it in the air here on third down and 4. And really, if they're thinking about going forward on fourth down, it really opens up the playbook here on third. Bundelow changes the play, moves Hebler to his right. The quarterback gives it. Hebler has the first down. The extra effort drives him inside that 25 down near the 24-yard line.
Excellent job there by Hebler. And the offensive line here, it started with that wide receiver screen, Scott. That extra effort, you get them pushed forward, you pick up the first down, leads to a big play. Now these guys got some juice. That's what they needed.
Under 2 minutes to play. Knocking on the door right now are the Knights.
It was just stall there for a while. Just a lot of not a lot of juice. That's what they needed. They got it.
First down play. Bundelow plants, slings it in the flat, caught by Pressler. Caught it while he was on the knee, inside the Ortho Indy red zone, down to the 19, a gain of 5.
Yeah, nice easy throw there to Pressler, his first catch of the day. Get him involved. Too low for him to make an extra yardage after that, but they'll take the 5 yards.
Second down and 5, Bundelow. We'll look over at the sideline. The offensive coordinator, Andy Mitchell, is upstairs in the booth. Radios down the call to the sideline. Approaching 1 minute to play.
Nice.
Hebler is tripped up. I think he tripped up over his own man.
He did. It was a nice block initially on the pull. and then he tripped over.
Caught the foot of Will Meyer.
Yeah, he caught Will Meyer's leg and tripped over him. But it was a good pull by Myers. Not his fault.
No gain out to the 19. 3rd down and 5. Marion has taken nearly 6 minutes off the clock on this drive. They have not used a timeout or anything. That clock says 30 seconds. Bundalo throws it up towards the sideline. Stevens has the catch. He's out of bounds. You'll stop the clock with 19 seconds.
Very, very nice.
What a throw.
Very nice. It was. It was a great throw. Like we said earlier on one of those interceptions, put it where it's either going to go out of bounds or Ben Stevens is going to catch it. Give the defender no chance of undercutting that. That's exactly what he did that time. And now knocking on the door.
Line of scrimmage now is the 3-yard line. 1st down, goal to go with 15 seconds left. Zach, this drive started with 6:55 on the clock.
It's hard to believe. Yeah, they have been just rolling it down the field. And, I mean, this is what they want every time. They want to run those 1st and 2nd down plays and pick up those 1st downs and just keep a drive together. It took the wide receiver screen to get that extra 1st down, to get them going, led to the big play, and now they're down here.
And there's Mark Henniger talking with the officials. Well, you see it right there. Grab a Pepsi as we approach halftime. No better time. Grab a Pepsi, some friends, get into the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marion University Knights. You know, you're watching that clock just continue to run down. You realize Marion's not even blowing any timeouts.
And when you said that, a 6-minute drive, I didn't even realize we were down under a minute. I had no idea. It just seemed like a regular drive that just, you know, putting some plays together, picking some 1st downs up, and had no idea that we were inside of a minute already.
Marion took over at their 10 at the 5-yard line, the 6-yard line rather, with 6:55 to play. They have taken this ball 91 yards down to the 3. 1st down, goal to go.
And that's after that excellent punt that put them down right at the 5-yard or 4-yard line, whatever it was.
Hebler is still the running back. Well, you 100% need to punch something in. You need points of some sort. You want the touchdown right here.
Yeah, Hebler only 4.5 yards a carry this season, but he does have 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He does know how to punch it in from here.
You look at this first half, you feel like Marion has been completely outplayed. They have turned the ball over twice. They've had a block kick, and they have a chance to take the lead into halftime.
It's hard to say they haven't been outplayed, but until this drive, I mean, and you're looking at about a half a quarter worth
this
of time.
drive could have ended without the incredible extra effort of Ben Stevens on a 3rd down play. He was hit 4 yards behind the sticks and made an effort for the 1st down to keep this drive alive.
Play of the game so far.
Bundalo brings Stevens in motion. Hebler, and he'll be wrapped up and dropped. The linebacker makes the play. Quickly you call timeout.
Yep, got to. Towelhelm again.
Yes.
Man, this dude. He's a dude. He's a dude, Scott.
Leading tackler on this team. Now has 60 tackles on this season.
I mean, he averages 10 tackles a game. I mean, this is not just like a one-off. This is what this guy does.
This will be the 13th play of the drive coming out of the timeout. And we do want to say big thanks to our proud partners with ISC Sports Network. They deliver all home Marion football games, and they are on the road with us here today in Fort Wayne. You can, of course, tune in live for all events brought to you by ISC Sports Network, and they have tons of events, some maybe even off the wall.
Yeah.
But they cover a lot. They do a great job.
That's right.
They are your only place for high school Friday night, and you can always watch replays on the ISC Sports Network.com. But we love the fact that we get the chance to work with the crew on the road. I know they like coming up and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
They
We're
like
fun.
working with us.
We're fun guys like Kawhi Leonard.
I don't think there's any question about that.
I'm a fun guy.
2nd down, goal to go from the 2. Hebler behind Bundalo, the quarterback.
Where you go here, Scott?
I think they still have one more timeout. They're going to try and run this ball in.
One more time, I agree.
There it is, Hebler into the end zone, touchdown, Marion.
Oh yeah, great job up front. I mean, they won that line of scrimmage, pushed them into the end zone. Look at everybody up front. Nice pull by Pope. Great pick, or excuse me, Cibula. Great pickup by him. Pushes his guy into the end zone, finishes with a pancake, and Hebler into the end zone for a touchdown.
And Hebler is not hit until he is in that end zone.
Yes, sir. Great job up front.
Oh,
really nice job.
Marion now looking to add their 14th point of this first half. Pomeli out of the hold of Henninger, and the kick is good. Zach Graves, they are winning this football game 14-10 with 10 seconds to go.
One drive is all it takes. A 6-minute and 42-second drive, 95 yards into the end zone. That, my friend, is a statement drive.
That is an incredible drive put together. Mark Henninger has his team outplayed for the first 24 minutes of this football game.
Yeah.
And the last 6.5 belong to him and the Knights, and they lead it 14-10.
I mean, as impressive as it gets as far as one drive goes. I mean, it had everything. It had extra effort, it had screen, it had big play, it had runs, it had good blocking. I mean, they did everything they needed to do to get a score there.
Well, now make the play on special teams. Right?
Oh.
Don't let anything ridiculous happen.
Don't even say it.
Don't let anything crazy happen here. They'll send Ben Butler back. He is number 10. McEacham, number 80, is back there as well. There is McEacham. He's a sophomore from Indy. I mean, you just kick this off, you cover it, the Cougars will take a knee, and we'll move into halftime.
Oh, yeah. And
Marion on top, 14-10.
That's the most important thing about that drive is that St. Francis is getting the ball in the second half. And they had a lead and most of the momentum. And Marion, just huge answer.
Well, and you look at that drive, and if you come out and take the knee, this offense isn't going to run a meaningful play for some 35 minutes. There's a short kick. McEacham comes up, fields it at the 20, and he'll be spun down.
Griffith, nice tackle.
A late flag is thrown down as well behind the play.
And that's another thing on that drive for Marion. Not a lot of flags. We saw a lot in the first quarter from both teams. That was just a clean, efficient, effective drive.
Well, I'm not sure what the plan is offensively, but I just saw two assistant coaches for St. Francis walk towards the locker room. I think they might have just said, let's take the knee, let's get out of here, and wonder how we forced turnovers, thoroughly outplayed the Knights, and we're trailing. Holding on that kickoff return, 5 seconds to go before halftime. Well, that juice that the home sideline had, it's gone.
It is. It is.
But they will be ready to come out in that third quarter. Mark Henniger knows that, and now he goes into halftime ready to motivate his team for the final 30 minutes and to try and take home the Franciscan Trophy for the 5th straight college football season. We are at the break. Boy, did Marion make some mistakes in that first half. They gave life to the Cougars, but it was Marion that finishes the half on a 94-yard drive. Baron Hebler's touchdown run with 10 seconds to go has given Marion that 4-point lead. Here at the break, you're watching Marion football on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Is your building haunted or infested with icky snakes? Then tear it down. The Raised Trash Demolition Squad can flatten buildings up to 3 stories tall. Whether it's a commercial or residential structure, the Raised Trash Demo experts will make it go boom. And with their roll-off containers, they'll haul away the mess quicker than you can say, hey, there used to be a building there. Bring your old fire trap to its knees with Raised Trash.
RaisedTrash.com.
Raised Trash.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marion University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marion University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
What's better than 100 pieces of pepperoni? How about 150 pieces of Donato's crispy pepperoni? Yup, the Pep 150 is back with more of what you love, piled edge to edge on that golden thin crust. It's pepperoni topped with pepperoni and more bang for your pepperoni buck. Now get a large Pep 150 for just $1 more than a large pepperoni pizza. Donato's, every piece is important.
Yeah, welcome back here at the University St. Francis. St. Francis University. There we go. We're going to get it together. We're at the break. Marion leads 14-10. 6 minute and 94-yard touchdown drive right before halftime gives Marion this 4-point lead. They threw 2 picks. They had a punt blocked, but yet somehow Mark Henniger's squad is on top, 14-10. Boy, not a great first half, but one in which Marion enters at the break with the lead. When you look at statistically for the Knights, they didn't get a whole lot going there. St. Francis here is honoring the 2016 and 2017 national championship teams, back-to-back titles for the Cougars. Their first 2 and only titles, but they're celebrating those teams in 16 and 17. Bittersweet for Marion fans to see these teams when Marion knows they beat the 16 team, did the Knights. But yet that team went on to win the title when Marion, who was undefeated, was upset in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, second round at home. Really, Marion felt like they were the team to beat in 16, but it was the Cougars that took home that title, and then they repeated with an undefeated season in 2017, and there you see part of the back-to-back national championships. Really, when you look at a run from 14 through really 19, it was basically a Marion and St. Francis run throughout the postseason. Let's take a look at some stats individually for Marion. Quarterback Zach Bundelow, 7 of 10, 80 yards. He had 2 picks. Really couldn't get much going through the air, but he did have a big 43-yard touchdown pass to Ben Stevens on that final drive before the half, which helped Marion punch it in. You see just 35 yards rushing right now for Marion, 31 of those coming from Baron Hebler on 13 carries. He has a long of just 10, but he does have that touchdown right before the half. Receiving-wise, Ben Stevens, 2 catches for 63 yards. He has the most yardage throughout the game with the 63. On the other side for St. Francis, they put the ball up into the air 18 times. Heath Simmons, 11 of 18, but just 58 yards passing. He had an interception. St. Francis, 7 carries for Cameron Peterson for 43 yards, his long of 17. He really was the burst in that first quarter, not much in the second quarter. Peterson also has 5 receptions to lead the team, so he has 12 touches throughout that first half. Both defenses made some plays. They created some turnovers, and here at the break, Marion leads by a score of 14-10. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more. Halftime here in Fort Wayne. The 10th-ranked Knights leading on the road 14-10 here on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Own a home? Here's a tip. Don't dump your garbage in the street. Neighbors get fussy about that sort of thing. Instead, count on Ray's Trash to haul it away. Ray's can supply 96-gallon waste and recycling bins that'll make you the envy of the cul-de-sac. And when you need a roll-off container for that big job, guess who's going to be there for you? That's right, Ray's. Your filth needs a place of its own. Ray's Trash will move it there. You know where to go.
Ray'sTrash.com.
Ray's Trash.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Marion University is like a home to me. Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime. Academics, sports, or arts, Marion's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marion for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marion University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marion.edu.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to Ray'sTrash.com.
Ray'sTrash.com.
Ray's Trash.
I've always liked Indianapolis. I've been interested in the bigger city life. The community and everything fell into place.
With my degree, I plan on becoming a pediatric nurse. Indianapolis has several hospitals and different options to choose from as to where I should go.
I chose Indianapolis because I love the Pacers, I love the Colts, and this is a basketball city. Just wanted to stay in the city, play in front of my friends and family, and try to give Marion my best.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 2.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Back at St. Francis, I'm Scott McCauley, along with Zach Graves. Marion is leading 14-10. They've won 4 straight in this series. That ties for the longest such winning streak in this rivalry. 17 times they have met. Marion has won 10 times. They have won 7 out of the last 9. 5 times in those 7 games Marion has won. St. Francis was ranked in the top 5 in the country. Twice they were the #1 team in the country. And Marion, who is the highest ranked, the only ranked team in this matchup this year, ranked 10th in the country, leading 14-10. A lot happened in those first 2 quarters, and really St. Francis was applying a ton of pressure, putting Marion really in some tough spots, but Marion just basically takes those final 7 minutes of the first half and puts their stamp on the game. There is one of 2 interceptions that came. That was on the very first drive, and then Marion gives up that opening touchdown drive. Second straight game in which the opposition has scored on their opening drive.
Yeah, it was almost too easy. A lot of stuff early on for St. Francis, the way they were moving the ball, and then you factor in the turnovers like this great pick here, and Marion was on the ropes there for a second until that really long drive.
And the defense made some critical plays, forcing stops, forcing field goals, forcing decisions.
Yes.
And then Marion ends up punching it in right before the half. But you look at 2 picks and a block kick, a block punt, and you're winning this game.
And that's another thing. That block punt really should have been a touchdown. I mean, it easily could have been, and if it wasn't for the nice play by Flag, it would have been. So, yeah, I mean, Marion was just hanging on there for a while, and then finally made their move at the end of the first half.
I noticed both teams, I thought at times, really went a conservative route.
Absolutely. Yeah, play calling wise for sure.
When you look at the Cougars, you mentioned that block punt. They get that ball at the 19-yard line. They immediately create an 11-yard pass play to get themselves first and goal to go from the 7-yard line. But then a run for no gain, and then a run for 1 yard, and now you're forced to throw it on third down and goal to go from the 6. It's incomplete, and you kick the field goal.
Right.
I felt like these teams, maybe it's whether it's your confidence in Heath Simmons, your confidence in Zach Bundalo. Both offenses had chances, and they just sort of wanted to go to that running back route.
It's kind of one of those situations where you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to beat yourself, so to speak. And, yeah, we kind of saw that from a play calling perspective for sure.
And St. Francis, of course, had a huge long drive in the first quarter. On the 12th play of the drive, first down from the 15-yard line in the red zone. They throw it short right along the goal line, and Ricky Kwok jumped the route for the only turnover for Marion, that INT. Another situation where they're inside the red zone is St. Francis, but Ricky Kwok with his 8th career interception makes the pick. It really feels like St. Francis was living on the Marion side of the football.
It was.
But it's the Knights that close out that first half in that impressive fashion.
Yeah, kind of bend, don't break. We even heard Coach Henninger say that last week against Iwu. And, you give up the yards, but then you hold them out of the end zone, and that's kind of what we saw. But, yeah, I mean, both quarterbacks just aren't really sharp. They're not really slinging that thing where it needs to be. They're kind of trying to protect themselves and not make a mistake, and it ends up leading to a mistake.
I'm going to have to get that paper.
Yeah, I saw that fly out. I'll go grab it for you. Yeah,
go
I
get
got
that.
you.
Go get that thing.
Oh, yeah, nice bystander. It was.
God, thank you very much. I needed that one.
It
That's
just
great.
flew right out the window.
Just as that. Yeah. And as soon as I saw that, before they had on the screen, they had the picture of that water. I was going to say, how much money would I have to pay you right now?
I would do it.
To jump in there right now?
100%.
So I only have to give you like $10.
Well, yeah, now that I think about it, I really sold myself short there.
You were like, I was like, wow, okay. I was like, how much would it take you? Like for $5? I don't know, that looks pretty chilly, doesn't it?
A little bit, sure. Yeah.
But this is really a cool setting here.
It is.
For college football when you come out here. That water there, you can see it in the background behind the Marion bench. And the really nice part is you play St. Francis, you come up here. You're here in the fall. It's in October. The leaves are up there. We were here in 15. It was the semifinal game. It was the first week in November of the playoffs. Yeah. No leaves on that tree.
Barren.
A cold day, but a warm day for Knights fans as they beat St. Francis in that semifinal game to go back to the national championship in that 15 team.
What a performance.
Won the national championship. By who?
Oh, Krishan Hogan.
How many did he have that day?
6.
Six touchdowns.
You know where he went to high school?
Where did Krishan Hogan go to high school?
I don't get to say it anymore because there's no one on the roster from Warren Central, but Krishan Hogan from Warren Central, Eastside's finest.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We're closing in on the third quarter action. St. Francis will get the ball back, and they need it back because Marion dominated the close of that second quarter, and because of that, the Knights are on top 14-10 on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to raystrash.com.
raystrash.com.
Ray's Trash.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing. building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
There's a look at the beautiful Franciscan Bowl trophy. Owner are the Marion Knights currently. Cougars trying to get it back in Fort Wayne.
Now, so head coach Mark Henniger will only touch that trophy if Marion wins today.
That's it.
That's it.
He made Mitch Hubbard, SID, bring it up. And he won't even touch it, won't look at it.
Tells him the only time he ever touches that trophy is if you win it. They will hoist it and take pictures with it. After that,
no.
Yeah, just.
I mean, that was the first. Last week was the first time I saw the 12 and 15 trophies in 7 years.
The national championship trophies.
They just sit in the athletic hall, and that's where they stay.
The redone athletic hall over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Marion has done some great things there, and I do want to. You mentioned Mitch named the sports information director. He has done a tremendous job throughout this season, not just with Marion football, with all the other sports as well.
Oh, absolutely.
With his partnership working with IAC, Marion is so fortunate to have Mitch, and they're fortunate to have the ISC Sports Network because of all of. There's Mitch over there. And Mitch is always talking too, so always talking. So you know that's always going to be a thing. So he's going to have footage up on the website at munites.com. But this ISC partnership, you think about all the sports that get the visibility.
Right.
You know, that's so great for parents. It's great for recruiting.
Absolutely.
All these kids that, whether you play lacrosse, regardless, men's or women's soccer, softball, baseball, the bicycle, they're always, he's a big dude, isn't he?
He is a big dude.
Yeah, I was talking to John Locke. He was a tight end at U Indy.
Yeah.
It was Mitch. And what's great about Mitch is he was a tight end at U Indy, and now, I mean, he is all Marion since he's been the sports information director here. It is so great talking with him. And
diehard Colts fan as well.
Season ticket holder.
Went out to the really fun game.
He went out to
Thursday
Denver.
game was so much fun.
Yeah, he went out there and forgot to bring touchdowns with him.
Yeah, he did.
But it just what ISC is able to do, and you think about from the parents what they can vision, what they can see. It's excellent, that partnership, and I know Mitch works hand in hand with ISC and able to accomplish all of those things. Now Marion also has the new partnership with 107.5 and 93.5 The Fan. So Marion, their road games, with the exception of this one, of course, which you are watching, road games are going to be on 107.5 The Fan and 93.5 next Saturday. Zach and I will be in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Concordia University, where the Cardinals have not lost at home since 2016.
Unbelievable, right?
That is going to be a 1 o'clock kick, so you can hear Marion football next week on 107.5 The Fan and 93.5 The Fan. Again, at Concordia, they have not lost since 16.
And for you Marion fans who've been around for a while, that's the same Concordia Ann Arbor that used to play at the high school River Rats Stadium. Yes, that you heard it correctly. They have not lost at their new stadium since 2016.
Yeah, and Concordia is a team that was, as you've talked about when you played, was the bye week.
Sure.
And it's been an incredible.
We went all helmets that week in 2012. All helmets.
It was that program has turned around. So that's where Marion is next week. They'll be taking on a Concordia team that's riding a long winning streak at home. Third quarter action. There's Marlon Pomeli. He has 2 extra points today. The Marion kicker, the sophomore, will tee it up. McKeacham and Butler are back deep. Pomeli's really had some trouble with the winds today, keeping that ball perfect. It moved again. It moved on him. He didn't see that.
No, it did. It did.
Now he's like, wait, didn't it move on him a little bit?
It did, I saw it.
I don't think that's where he thought it would tee it up. All right, Marlon.
Big drive here to start the third for the Cougars after that long one. They haven't had a real drive in, like you said, an hour or more.
Oh, miscommunication is bobbled. McKeacham now will have to fight for it, and he'll be short of the 20. He and Butler were pointing at each other. They weren't sure which one would get it, and it went off the shoulder pad of 8-0.
Yeah, fortunate to gather that one back in and now, shake it off and start this drive.
All right, now St. Francis. This is the first time they have been trailing now all afternoon. They scored first, led 7-0. Marion tied it up at 7. St. Francis then made it 10-7. And Marion, of course, scored right before halftime. Here now they're starting to go to those pitches and sweeps that they ran in the first quarter.
Yeah, saw a lot of it in the first quarter, going back to it here to start the third because it was working. See if they swing it out there and go in the flat routes again, which was also working early. They kind of got away from some stuff that was working early in the second quarter and kind of stalled out offensively.
Yeah, that was the pitch to McKeacham. He carried out to the 23 for 4 yards. Heath Simmons just 11 of 18 in that first half. The quarterback started last year against Marion. He's a senior from Hatford, Kentucky. He'll hand it off. Good run out to the 30-yard line by Cameron Peterson. This is a drive that looks very similar to that opening drive that they had.
Yeah, absolutely. Just picking up first downs by running some plays. And one thing that I was expecting that I haven't seen a lot is for them to go no huddle and quickly, and they really haven't. They have slowed it down, huddled up each time, but that's something that could be an adjustment here in the second half.
Here's a screen. Peterson. And he'll be hit at the 8, and that sideline gets hyped up because of the block by Reeve Muncie, the guard.
Oh, there's nothing better than being an offensive lineman, being out on a screen and getting to go one-on-one with a safety. I mean, usually you're blocking those big guys up front, and on a screen pass you get to hit someone smaller, and you see big number 78 Muncie get a pancake on that one.
Yeah, he is here from Fort Wayne Carroll High School, a 301-pound senior. Second down and 1. Peterson has the first down, falls forward out to the 43-yard line, and a good drive to open up the third quarter.
Yeah, so far, and you see Jake Paris get in there really quickly, but kind of missed his tackle there, and it led to extra yardage and a first down pickup.
Second first down of the drive to open up this third quarter.
But yeah, you're right, Scott. They're moving.
And they're using what they did on that very first drive, a lot of Cameron Peterson. Here he is again. And Peterson takes Pettiford ahead for a few yards. Pettiford, number 5, was on his back, but really just rode him out on that.
And that's 2 in a row where you get contact and you're finishing forward. We see that from Christian Hunter a lot for Marion when he runs the ball. Once you get that initial contact, you're still continuing and getting extra yards.
Line of scrimmage is the 46. Opening drive of the third quarter. First time that it's been a drive trailing in this game for St. Francis. They'll pull it back, sling it out, caught. Big target to their tight end. Ethan
ball's out.
Ball is out. Marion has it.
He's up.
Logan Blake. Who has that ball? Pettiford has it. Pettiford has that ball. That ball was loose in the air. Number 5 was running with it.
Oh, man. What a play. What a play. Extra, again, that was St. Francis this time trying to get extra effort. They were moving the ball, play after play, run, pass. For another first down they had, trying to get extra yards. Ball pops out. Pettiford picks it up. He's not down. He gets some blocks from Logan Blake and some others. Take a look at this one. Just trying to get those extra yards. Ball pops out. Clay Campbell has it. Pettiford has it. He's not down. Everyone turns around. Hey, we got the ball. Block somebody. Gets a bunch of yards after. What a return. Nice. Nice play.
Well, that ball is first down. Ethan Dye with his 7th catch has the first down at the 45-yard line, loses the football, and Marion now has it at the 35-yard line.
That's backbreaking for St. Francis after the drive they were putting together.
Bundalo pulls it back over the middle. Stevens with the catch, and Stevens has a lane inside the 15, down towards the 12-yard line into the Ortho Indy red zone.
All right. All right, now they're going. Skinny post over the middle. Ben Stevens makes the guy miss, gets some extra yardage. Nice delivery from Bundalo that time.
And that was it. Bundalo threw that ball with confidence, stepped into
Absolutely.
it. Wasn't trying to aim that ball, made the throw by big number 9.
Oh, false start.
Yep, back him up to the 17-yard line. So now the turnovers are even at 2 apiece.
Yeah.
Nick Miller, the tight end, called for the false start.
That was a fun play, a little chaotic there for a second.
Yeah, and you could see the hit and the ball popped up. And I mean, you don't see many footballs where that ball is in the air like that.
Right, right.
And then I thought Logan Blake had it as 6 was running next to 5. Here's Hunter. And Hunter is tripped up at the 13-yard line.
Got the penalty yards back.
Tanner brings him down. There's Hunter, the transfer from Colorado State.
Yeah, but that was exactly what Marion needed there to start this half. St. Francis was rolling, get the turnover, and now your offense has a chance to put up some more points.
The big key for Marion is their points thus far have been touchdowns. St. Francis had to rely on a field goal when they were down in this end of the field. 2nd down and 11. Hunter hit and not going to go anywhere. Really good hit coming in. Takari Jones, another linebacker.
Yeah, he's that third linebacker who also is a good tackler, third on the team behind River Walsh and Nate Talhelm, but he can make plays as well. Just haven't made any today up to this point.
Well, Marion, 2 runs, nothing to show for it really, as now you look at 2nd down and 11 from the 13.
Third after the penalty.
It is 3rd down, you're right. I read the scoreboard. Scoreboard says 2nd down and 11. It's 3rd down. You've got to put this ball in the air. Bundalo will, looking right. He has Hunter all open in the flat. He'll catch it at the 10, and a big open field tackle by Damon Hunter.
It was.
If it's one man for Christian Hunter to beat for the end zone, and Damon Hunter makes the tackle.
Love this from Bundalo, though, working through his progressions. First read's not there. Second read's not there. Works his eyes all the way back over to the left, sees his check down to Hunter, almost makes a guy miss and picks it up. But that's just really nice job by Bundalo. Sometimes he can get locked in on one guy, goes through his progressions, and dumps it off to Hunter.
Pomeli on to attempt the 23-yard field goal, and Marlon Pomeli's kick is good. A late flag comes in after the kick goes through. Pomeli is now 4 of 5 on field goal attempts. Let's see what the flag is for. Marion's trying to see if they need to come back out.
Interesting.
They're going to run over and talk with Henniger. This might be on St. Francis. Now it's 4th down and 4. Marion's sending the offense back out.
Wow.
And here comes the Cougars defense.
Could be a huge swing of events here. If Marion ends up scoring a touchdown, now it's a 2-possession game.
Well, that will be the 1st down.
Nothing egregious there. Maybe, the long snapper.
Yes,
jumping over the long
right,
snapper.
Jumping over the long snapper.
Gotta
That's
protect
exactly
him.
it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So the penalty, instead of 3 points, it will be 1st down, goal to go at the 1. Wildcat, Reichard.
Oh, man.
Reichard hits, stays on his feet, lunges
Touchdown!
in.
Oh, my gosh, what a run. What an effort there.
Reichard was hit a couple of times.
Oh, man.
Stood up, stayed up, then lunges in.
That's a football play right there.
That's a big touchdown right there, and the costly penalty by St. Francis.
All 6'1", 205 pounds of Jake Reichard. Look at him running over his own guy and Sibla, then running through 3 blue jerseys, sticking it out and scoring a touchdown. Wow, what a run.
Pomeli now for the extra point. He was just out there for the field goal. That one is good. Well, what a mistake by the Cougars.
Absolutely. Huge mistake from the Cougars.
Marion now leading 21-10. They capitalize on the fumble. You're watching Marion football on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
I went to Marion for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marion University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marion University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marion.edu.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed. It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marion.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marion University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marion.edu.
Raise Trash is a proud partner of Marion University. Raise Trash, count on them year in and year out at Marion University. Well, the Knights take 6 plays. They go 35 yards, but a crucial penalty wiped away a field goal attempt. And Marion then scored the touchdown, so the fumble gives Marion the ball. They now lead it 21-10. Kickoff taken by Butler, and Butler will be brought down shy of the 30-yard line. Well, Donato's Pizza and Jordan Hospitality Group believe in loving our neighbors and giving back to the communities that we serve. That's why we're proud to support both Marion University as well as Marion University Athletics. With 20 locations throughout the greater Indianapolis area, don't forget to swing by on your way home from watching the game and pick up one of your favorite thin crust edge-to-edge pizzas now through October 30th. Simmons slings the ball into the air, and it's complete to his running back, Peterson.
Now down 2 scores. I expect them to go a little quicker now. I mean, I thought we'd see it earlier. Even if they do huddle, just a little bit more sense of urgency. Plenty of time on the clock, but the way that Marion is putting these drives together, you got to know that you need points and you need them pretty quickly.
You know, since we're on the road today, you missed Donato's in the press box.
I did miss
you?
it. I was literally, the whole time you were saying Donato's, I was thinking about Donato's. I ate so much pizza last Saturday. It's delicious.
Peterson, and he's hit short of the sticks. And he will not get that first down on 2nd down and short. Here's 3rd down and 1.
Nice day from Ricky Kwok today. He came in, and, you know, he's a guy who is in medical school, doesn't have a lot of, he has a lot to do in a day.
What?
So he has, he's not able to make all the meetings and misses some practice time, so he's not a starter anymore. But he knew that. He knew what he signed up for, and getting the opportunity on Saturday and making plays, good for him.
That's right. He is in medical school, is not able to practice throughout the week because of that. Here you go. 3rd down and a long one. Play action up deep, and that's incomplete, and Simmons had to get rid of that ball in a hurry. There was nothing he could do. The timing was off. He was just guessing where his man would be.
Offensively, St. Francis has just lost it. I mean, that turnover really, you can see the body language now. I mean, these guys are walking off the field. They're not juiced up anymore. The sideline juice is gone. The crowd is quiet. I mean, that turnover at the beginning of a half, when you're coming out with the ball, you already lost momentum after a 7-minute drive to end the first half for Marion. They've just lost all momentum, all juice, got nothing left right now.
Jennings trying to play it off a bounce, and now he'll fall on it right at the 5-yard line. Good punt by James.
Very good punt. Yeah.
Flips the field, so Marion will come out at their own 5-yard line. And you're right, and that time Marion got pressure in the face of Simmons.
Yep.
Just has to throw that ball out, nowhere there, and you're right. This offense for St. Francis, I'm going to look back to, that is their 3rd 3-and-out in the last 4 times they've had the football. And really, on their field goal, because of the short field, they have not run more than 6 plays since midway through the first quarter, and that one resulted in the fumble.
Yep.
Hebler puts the hand down out to the 10-yard line. They're not mustering much at all against Tyler Stinn and this defense.
Yeah, when you can't, get a score or put a drive together, you put more pressure on your defense, and they're out there more than they want to be or more than they need to be, and then they start wearing down a little bit and expect Marion to just, run the ball right down their throat and try to milk this clock.
2nd down and 7. I thought that Hebler got out to the 10-yard line when he put that hand down, but they'll say his knee was down at the 7. So just a gain of 2. I mean, it's run on first, run on second. And Hebler with a good run on 2nd and 7 will pick up the chains as he gains 8.
Yeah, again, blocked up really well up front. And we talked about how Hebler was not averaging as many yards per carry coming into this game, only 4.5 yards a carry. We've seen him have some nice ones today, some nice 6, 8, 10-yarders versus those 2 and 3, 4-yarders that he's had in the weeks past.
His longest run this season is 29 yards. He did have one last year. He popped for 41. He'll get it for a 3rd straight time. Huge hole, makes a man miss. He has some open field. And Hebler dragged down at the 39-yard line.
Nice tackle there. After those, the shiftiness by him and, switching up his path there, getting over to the other side of the field. That's a nice tackle from Isaiah Higgins and a really nice run by Hebler.
That's a gain of 21. Hebler now has touched the ball 3 straight times. He's taken the ball out 34 yards on those 3 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 39. Is it 4 straight runs? Nope. Through the hands of Pressler.
Yeah, and it looked like Ben Stevens was wide open. I think 2 blue jerseys came up to defend Pressler. He might have had a deep shot here. Watch Higgins, number 2. He's got his eyes on 12, and so does the safety. Ben Stevens had a corner route that could have gone a lot of yards.
I think that's one when they'll watch the film tomorrow. Of course, the way the coaches are wired, when they watch the film today.
Yeah, on the way back, for sure.
It'll be there on the iPads. Yeah, that'll be a missed opportunity. Incomplete pass from Bundelow. 7. He's now 8 of 12 passing. Not much there on 2nd down and long. Here comes 3rd down.
Russell Wilson would be proud. You can hear the sideline with the run-pass calls almost every time. It's a nice job from the Cougars. Did you like that? Oh, man. We have fun up here.
It's spicy. Third and 9. Marion needs to get it just to the 50. Bundelow dumps it off. And Hebler will get a block, turn the corner, and pick up the sticks. But Bundelow is down.
He took a shot.
And Bundelow is up and jogging slowly back to that huddle. Hebler, number 42, makes the play after the catch.
Hats off to him for making that play, knowing he's going to get hit, dumping it off to Hebler. Great play by Hebler to pick up the 1st down, but man, I didn't know if they had to peel him off the field. That was a shot he took.
12 yards on the reception on 3rd down and long. A huge play by Marion.
You can say whatever you want about Bundelow. You cannot say that kid doesn't have heart.
You're right. He stood in last week against Iowa. Didn't have his best game, but he took some shots. Hebler now is just starting to knife his way through this defense. The offensive line starting to have that impact here, and it all started back to that long drive in the 2nd quarter.
And that one play, that screen play that the offensive line, it was a lot of Ben Stevens, but the offensive line helped that push to get that 1st down. If they stall out there and have another 3 and out and kick it right back to the Cougars, they would not have a 21-10 lead here right now. That's just plain and simple.
Marion was down 10-7, facing a 3rd down and 5. Ben Stevens caught the ball right at the line of scrimmage and just willed his way to a 1st down. Marion would then go on to score and complete a 96-yard touchdown drive.
I don't know where that was going.
Well, Bundelow was dropped again right after throwing the ball.
Yeah, I think he's just getting rid of it with the pressure coming.
Incomplete. This will be the 9th play of the drive. Drive that started back at the 5-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
And even though you've given up a lot here yardage-wise, if the Cougars get a stop here on 3rd and 5, you give it right back to your offense. Still plenty of time, only down 2 scores. The game is still within reach, absolutely.
Big 3rd down here because Marion, if they get this, can take another couple of minutes off the clock. They really are in milk zone right now. Quick throw, caught by Reichert. That's a 1st down slant.
Perfect. Slant, route was run well. Ball was delivered on time, right where it needs to be, past the 1st down marker. That is a perfect 3rd down conversion.
The 6'1" redshirt freshman from Plymouth.
Really
right there in the spot and made the catch.
He has really burst onto the scene this year.
He had a great camp. Every year in fall camp and the preseason camp, somebody shines, and number 88 was one of those players. Big 1st down, and now that clock runs under 3.5, 3rd quarter. Marion already with a touchdown in this quarter, and there's a mess up, but Hebler will pick it up, or Bundelow rather will pick it up, and he'll get hit as he throws, and he's slow to get up again.
I mean, that wasn't just a hit, that was a pile driver. I mean, he planted him into the dirt. Take another look, just drop, it hits his shoulder pads on the play action, pulls it down, and look at this. Oh no, that hurts. Right on his side, in his ribs, arm extended. I mean, that hurt.
Dakari Jones with the hit. Nice play by Bundelow to get rid of that ball.
Ouch.
2nd down and 10 from the 36. Just trying to do a little ball fake with Hebler, who wasn't ready for it. You lose that ball, throws off the timing.
Tough kid, man.
He is. Play clock hit 0. But did Marion get the timeout? They did.
Yep.
They were able to get the timeout. Well, Tom O'Brien, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram know that if saving money is important to you, then you need to come by and see them, a proud sponsor of Marion Athletics. Tom O'Brien is Indy's preferred Jeep dealer. 2 spots. And the biggest Jeep inventory in Indiana. And to show support, Tom O'Brien will donate $200 to Marion for every car any student, parent, employee, friend of Zach Graves buys when you mention this promo. Go Knights! Go to Tom O'Brien and see how our family works for you since 1933. It's a big list.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I hope they have a bucket of ice, a heating pad, and a Tylenol on the bus for Bundelow after this, because he is taking some shots today.
Yeah, and like you said, last week he took some shots against Indiana Wesleyan. He gets up. Bundelow listed at 6'4", 235. Redshirt junior, 4th year in the program, 2nd year as the Marion starter. The quarterback is 13-4 in his career. Second down and 10 from the 36.
I think the most impressive thing, too, today for him is that he shook off those 2 interceptions. A lot of guys can let that get in their head, and he was able to just bounce right back, short memory for a quarterback, and have a good rest of the game so far.
Screen. Stevens. Good tackle.
It was.
Linebacker out there again in space, making the play in Jones.
Yeah, and now, I mean, he saw it, and he fired off, and he was able to make the play in space. That's not an easy tackle. Nice job by number 5.
Yeah, Jones, senior from Perry Meridian.
A lot of Indy guys on this roster.
Always have Indianapolis kids playing against each other in this game. All right, 3rd down and 9 from the 35. Marion needs another big play.
You got Pressler lined up in the short slot, almost like a tight end. Number 12 there, and then 84, Ben Stevens in the traditional slot position. Expect one of those over the middle.
Pressler without a catch today, the 6'4", 5th-year senior, number 12. Bundelow over the middle, caught by Reichert, another 3rd down conversion on a 3rd and long to number 88.
And they go opposite side. They go opposite side to the left with Reichert, 88, and another big one conversion-wise for him on this drive. And again, they are just milking this clock, picking up 1st downs. Great throw from Bundelow.
Now a 5.5-minute drive that started at their own 5. And boy, Marion is just putting this crowd to sleep.
Absolutely.
They are just saying, thanks for coming out. But we're going to put this one to bed here.
Hope you had fun at the tailgate.
Bundalo plants, fires. There's the first catch for Pressler.
Yeah, another short curl. He did have one earlier where he had to catch it on one knee down here at the opposite
That's true.
zone.
You're right. You're right. He did have one on the knee.
But not as active as he has been these last couple of weeks, and he looks a little shaken up after that one.
I thought after that initial hit, but he'll take his position out there on the far side. Second down and 4 from the 12-yard line, just beyond the 12.
And we haven't seen Byler today. He's actually third on the team in catches this year, number 49 tight end.
He lines up on the right side of the line. Hebler dropped the ball. St. Francis has it.
Oh, no.
That's exactly what the Cougars needed, and it was just a straight drop. Dakari Jones falls on the football.
It's exactly what the Cougars needed. We saw this earlier on this drive. They had the missed timing where it hit his shoulder pad. Bundalo picks it up, takes a shot. This one is just a handoff, and he just loses it. I mean, after you milk the clock the way you do, you drive all the way down in scoring position, you get no points. And like you just said, they had the crowd lulled to sleep. Now you give them life again. Let's see what the Cougars do with it, though.
Simmons, sidearm wide open in the flat as his running back Peterson lowers the shoulder out across the 30-yard line.
And they got to know now. This is it right here. If you don't get a score on this one, the way Marion is getting these first downs and really just rolling through your defense, sense of urgency at the least, you know what I mean? You have to get some points here.
Marion, on the 14th play of the drive, fumbles it. Fumbles it away inside the Ortho Indy red zone. Now 3 turnovers on the day for Marion. Cougars leading that category. They're +1. Another play action, Simmons. And that's too high.
Picked.
Was that picked off? Did he get hands on it?
Trexler.
Peyton Trexler.
Oh, wow. Just completely overthrown. Peyton Trexler gets underneath it. Gigantic play for Marion.
First career interception.
I mean, he had him open. He just pure overthrew him on that one.
Former wide receiver, special teams expert, moved to the defense and has his first career pick.
You get a gift from the Marion offense and you squander your opportunity. I mean, that is hard to swallow right there.
And now the turnover's even at 3 apiece, and Simmons gives it away on a poor throw.
I mean, he had his guy open. I mean, wide open, and he overthrew him.
Marion now has the football at the 45. Christian Hunter carries it out to the 50.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to pick right up where they left off. Like
that's going to be the last play of the quarter.
That's it, yeah.
A quarter absolutely dominated by Marion.
I mean, that was your opportunity, and you squandered it.
A defense for St. Francis gets the turnover in the red zone, and they give it right back on their second play, and the Knights score the only points of the third quarter. A huge INT flips it back in favor of the Knights on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Getting 30% off any Donato's pizza during Peace and Love Days is kind of a big deal. It's a huge deal, actually. Get 30% off any pizza during Donato's Peace and Love Days when you order online. If you dig a great deal, dig into a pizza before this deal is over in just a few days. Order online today using promo code LOVE. Donato's. Every piece is important.
I went to Marion for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marion University is like a home to me.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
Marion University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today at marion.edu.
Along with Zach Graves, I'm Scott McCauley. Marion leading 21-10. St. Francis had a opportunity, but they gave it away. Third turnover for the Cougars. 3 turnovers today for Marion, and they've had a punt blocked. But the 5th-ranked Knights lead by 11, as this will be the first play of the fourth quarter. out to Ben Stevens. Stevens has the first down, still on his feet on the far sideline, and then knocked out of bounds from there.
What a job by 88. Jake Reichert out here. Watch him blocking. Get the quick pass to Ben Stevens. He pushes off Tanner, the safety, number 20, and Ben Stevens able to get a first down and more. Nice job by Reichert.
Ben Stevens, 30 yards on that reception. Stevens now approaching 100 yards on the day. First down and 10. Play action, Bundalo brings it down, and it's incomplete. Just kind of had Stevens there, but just not a good accurate throw unless he was just trying to throw that ball away. Of course, he's also taken some shots. Just how much range of motion does he have with that right arm?
I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, you can see he's wearing the rib protectors, but the way he landed on that last hit, that was nasty. I mean, he landed straight on his ribs. I know that had to hurt.
Play action. He had time to throw, just could not connect with number 84, Stevens. Second down and 10. Handoff to Hunter. Christian Hunter almost slips through, and he jumps up, stomps his feet, knowing the opportunity he had, but a good play by the Cougars defense to bring up a third down.
I love watching number 72, Darren Dillon, play football. I mean, he just lays his body out there. That time, pulling around, losing his helmet, he hit the guy so hard, he'll have to come out of play, but I just love him. I love his effort. He's just a football guy, younger brother of an NFL player. They got football running through their blood over there.
Connor Young, the sophomore, will be the center. Is that who they have in there? Is Connor Young?
Yeah, 65.
They moved 65, yep. For this one play, shotgun snap, pull it down. Oh. Stevens caught and nailed. They had that one figured out. Damon Hunter hunted down Stevens.
Right, out of field goal range even with the wind. So they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Take another look at the shot, Ben Stevens. So, ooh, he got there before the ball got there.
You can, from our vantage point, we can see him coming. I'm sure the coaches up top in the press box, as they called that play, were like, get there, get there, get there, meaning the football.
All right, here we go. 13 minutes left, fourth down.
Fourth down and 6. Marion 2 for 4 on fourth downs this season. This is just because of field position. Bundalo underneath. Reichert nailed. Incomplete pass.
Oh my goodness.
That'll bring this crowd back to life.
That is one of the nastiest hits I have seen. That was a Reggie Bush hit. Oh my goodness. He got leveled. Look at this. Oh my gosh. What a hit. Oh.
And when they watched the film, running back Christian Hunter was wide open on the right flat. Bundalo never looked his way.
Woo!
13 minutes to go. It is now or never for St. Francis. Simmons finds his man, but a low throw. Oh, no.
That is 50 yards right there, at least.
If he can hit Eli Patchett in stride, now they're going to say
he was out of bounds. Wouldn't have counted anyway.
Was he pushed out? And boy, St. Francis is just not doing themselves any favors.
They're not. I mean, you can hear it, too. You heard the crowd after that hit.
They're ready.
That is a fourth down stop, monster hit. Like, let's go, let's go. That was an opportunity again.
I feel a little bad for Jake Reichert because based on your reaction to this new screen they have, I'm guessing he's on social media tonight.
Man, what a hit.
That was a hit.
Oh.
Officials are still trying to figure this out. I think they're going to say he ran out of bounds. This might be illegal touching.
Yeah, I think so. And they're discussing to see, like you said, whether he got pushed out or not. But it should have been so many more yards. Simmons just wanted to get that completion, but if he led him a little bit.
It is illegal touching.
Yep. Boo Birds will come out for that one.
And here's the bad news. Loss of down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that's like intentional grounding. Those are really the ones that hurt you bad. So the line of scrimmage was the 26th. The pass is incomplete. You make it now still at the 26, but 2nd down and 10.
Would have been so much worse if they did have the longer play, though, because then you walk back 50 yards. So a little silver lining, I guess.
2nd down and 10, Simmons. Off his back foot, floats it incomplete.
He had him.
Just never stepped into the throw. He could feel the pressure, and the senior quarterback has kind of floated it out there. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Marion D-line with the passing situation, 2nd and long, down 11. They know they can pin their ears back, so to speak, and really get after the quarterback. Simmons didn't feel comfortable, kind of threw off his back foot as he's getting hit and sailed on him a little bit.
And that defensive line, Dakari Kenny on that line, ready to come from that right edge. Only 2 down lineman Pettiford's in a stand-up rush from his defensive end.
Oh!
Simmons is hit! Paris came from the far
Yes.
side and planted him.
We got some football pad pumping now, Scott. That was a shot from the blind side, too. Oh, man.
Go ahead. Marion says, you stop us on 4th down, 3 and out.
Oh, I love that. Paris with the pop. Look at this. Boom. Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. I love football. I love football.
4th and 10. The Marion defense, once again, quiets down the Cougar faithful. Their offense just has not been able to get it going.
I mean, Marion has given them opportunities today to come back in this game. Oh,
They'll
no.
run into James.
Yeah,
the official is digging in.
That's 1st down.
Yep. Danny Lewis is holding his hands out. Oh, he's going to have to go talk to Mark Henniger, too. Mark Henniger is going to meet number 23
And
as
again,
he comes off.
I mean, we just said it. Marion has given them so many opportunities today with penalties and turnovers and whatever.
And he did. Danny Lewis stopped right there, bumped him, and give James credit, too. Running into the kicker.
So is it automatic or that's only roughing?
That might be just the 5-yard.
I can't even remember if it's a 1st down, though, or not. That's the 2nd hitting the kicker penalty we've had today.
Yes, had one on
3 turnovers.
Block punt.
Block punt. I mean, they've tried all they could to lose this game, and St. Francis just hasn't capitalized.
Yeah, it's only a 5-yarder. They decline it. They take the punt.
Okay.
You know, and for St. Francis faithful, last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, last week they won handily over Madonna, but 2 weeks ago they went to Siena Heights and their offense was absolutely stymied.
Yeah.
Absolutely stymied, and they're seeing that happen again here today as Mark Henniger is beside himself.
If I remember right, I think they only had 148 yards from scrimmage offensively. I mean, that's just not going to get it done. The final score was 13-10, and Siena Heights is known as a team who has really good defense. They can't really score themselves, and yeah, couldn't even get more than 10 points on them.
Bundalo has Barron Hebler behind him. Marion leading 21-10, and the defense continues to stand tall here for the Knights. Hebler is wrapped up and dropped.
St. Francis is not just going to throw in the towel, though. They're going to continue to give the effort and try to get these stops and continue to give their offense more opportunities, which the offense just hasn't been able to take advantage of.
Schaufelberger on the tackle. He's a junior from Van Wert, Ohio, right across the border of Indiana and Ohio.
I mean, coming into the game, Heath Simmons, 63% of his passes, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. It's just very average numbers. Peterson has some good numbers, but they just haven't been able to do much today.
2nd down and 9. Bundalo wants to put this up, and he'll just throw this ball away, and he'll have another opportunity now on 3rd down and 9.
And after that first drive where they drove right down the field, got everything they wanted, scores a touchdown. It looked like it was going to be a long afternoon for Marion's defense, but credit to Tyler Stinn and this defense. They made those adjustments. They took away those flats that were open on the first drive, and they've really, held their ground ever since.
And just 3 points since that opening drive for St. Francis, and those 3 points were aided by a blocked punt
that
they returned to the 19-yard line. They started off, and they had 1st and goal to go at the 7-yard line.
Yep.
And had to settle for the field goal. That's it points-wise.
Yeah, credit to Sten and the defense. They did a great job of adjusting and doing what they need to do.
Under 12 to play. Marion just dominating this second half.
4 wide receiver set again.
3rd down and 9. They need it. Bundelow.
Stunt up front.
Dumps it off, and Hebler will find the chains and move them. 1st down, Marion. That is the third and long conversion here in this second half.
It is, and again, Bundelow, they take everything away deep. They run a stunt up front. They got 7 guys dropping back, trying to protect the 3rd down marker. Stunt up front, a little bit of pressure, moves up in the pocket, goes to his check down, and his check down leads to a 1st down. That's just a good decision by Bundelow, good play. Nice job all around.
1st down at the 41-yard line, now in Cougars territory. Hebler knifes his way down to the 38-yard line.
And now you can see USF defense they've been out there for a while in the second half. They've given so much today to get some stops, and now they've just really worn down.
Marion wants to thank BSN, the preferred provider of apparel for Marion Knights Athletics. BSN, they make some great stuff for the Knights. Check out the Knights team shop at MUKnights.com, thanks to BSN. Hebler on 2nd and 7. Took a big shot, but is able to fall forward. And a late flag comes in.
Well, they missed a hold. I didn't see a flag initially from the umpire for the holding call, but late makes it seem like it might be on St. Francis.
C.J. Tanner, number 20, came in with the hit. River Walsh was there as well. The flag came down right at the point of the tackle.
Yeah.
They're going to mark it at the 34-yard line.
Right
so
here, that is holding. Missed. And then the flag comes super late. Yep.
And it's a face mask, so the personal foul. And St. Francis has to back up, and Marion inches closer to the end zone.
And inches closer to victory.
That's what matters in this series. A Marion win today would be their 5th straight in the series. You believe that? 5 straight wins against St. Francis.
In this series, yeah.
And that would be the longest such win streak in this series. A series history that, for a good 6-year stretch, featured the 2 best teams in NAIA. Hebler.
Just so many good games in this rivalry, too. There's been some really, really good games.
There have been games here in Fort Wayne where it was number 1 versus number 2. Yep. Marion won that football game.
And 4 years where it was Northern versus Ferrer.
There was a game where Marion was number 1 and St. Francis won in Indianapolis.
Yep.
You know, these teams have
comeback. That was a comeback.
Marion had a 17-point lead to start the 4th quarter and lost that game. Marion has won 7 out of 9, looking to make it 8 out of 10. Towards the end zone, touchdown!
Ball game. CJ Young, haven't seen a lot of them today. We've seen some more rotation at wide receiver, a lot of Reichert. We had some Jalen Jennings. And CJ coming in the 4th quarter, coming up with his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Well, Tanner never finds his man. CJ Young with his 2nd touchdown, and he knew that one was coming to him. Bundelow sees the man-to-man and puts it up there.
Nice job. Good throw.
8-play drive, 62 yards. And Marion on the 17-yard touchdown reception to C.J. Young, looking for their 28th point, but blocked. St. Francis will pick it up in the end zone.
Well, crackback.
Yep, watch crackback. There it is.
Penalty.
That was a flag, and now he's out of bounds. Can't make those type of hits.
Saw it coming all the way.
There's 3 flags down on the field.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do those now in college football. If you're going to come back and hit someone that's even going after you, can't do it.
Oh, man, I was the recipient of a few of those back in the early 2010s. Not a good feeling. Especially on film the next day when you go back to watch it and you're getting decleated at 300 pounds.
Marion now with that catch, C.J. Young, first catch of the game, and he gets the touchdown. So the kick was blocked. Officials are still discussing this. So watch at the bottom part of your screen.
Yeah, you just can't do this
You
anymore.
can't do that
they
anymore.
Took it out of the football.
Yeah, you cannot do that. They'll actually get you for targeting, and that might be the discussion here.
Yep.
And if it is targeting, that's Dakari Jones, their Sam linebacker. There he is, number 5. And that, I wouldn't be surprised.
All 3 flags were for the same thing. I mean, everyone could see it coming. You knew what he wanted to do.
And if it's targeting, Jones will be out for this game, and he will miss the first half next week. They are at Indiana Wesleyan at St. Francis.
Yeah, but now this is the second MSFA East loss of the season. They're pretty much eliminated. But they could spoil Iwu's season.
Marion will be rooting for St. Francis next week. Let's see. Here comes the call. Let's see if he stays in the game or not.
And everyone knows it's been taken out of the game. He knew it was illegal.
Here's Santelli. So he will not be ejected for targeting, just the blind side block.
So the discussion was about whether it's a touchback or not.
Yes.
Here's a better look at it. Number 5. You just can't do that. It's illegal now.
Cannot do it, yep. And maybe they don't target him with his hands out or whatnot. But
and he's thinking that I'm in his way. I'm not actually really trying to deliver a hit, but it doesn't matter. It's a crackback block, and those are taken out of the game.
You know, and I think if he lowers the shoulder and actually decleats him,
then it's targeting.
I
don't disagree with you
at
all.
Because he did sort of get in his way and just kind of cut off his path. You make the call, but you keep him in the game, and that's good for the Cougs because that means he'll be able to play next week. They're starting Sam linebacker and not miss that first half against Iwu.
Yep.
Well, now Marion will kick off from the 50. An 8-play drive, Marion with 2 touchdowns here in the second half.
And really, Will Meyer didn't even have a chance at making the tackle. It was completely unnecessary. But, yeah, it's over now. 15-yarder, and that's what it is. And now some Cougar fans will head to the exits.
9:40 to play in this one. Marion kicking it away. And Pomeli towards the side, and it will run out of bounds. So they'll get the ball in excellent.
Not ideal after having the extra 15 to kick it out of bounds and give it right back.
Well, I want to tell you a little bit about ground-up building projects to around-the-clock emergency security services. The Michaelis Corporation. No one answers your prayers or the phones quicker than Michaelis. Here's the number, 1-844-FIX-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation. Marion on top, 27-10. Looking to make it 5 straight against their in-state rivals and MSFA East rivals. St. Francis already 3-2, a loss here will eliminate them from the postseason. And these St. Francis fans here in Alumni not used to missing the playoffs, but it will be another empty season, at least postseason wise for St. Francis.
Yeah, I mean, I still think this team is better than the 3-6 team they had last year.
Yes.
They got some talent, you know, new coaches coming in as well. Need a couple years to get those recruits in and playing significant snaps. But the one thing you have to factor in up here, you are recruiting against not only Marion, but Indiana Wesleyan.
St. Francis had a penalty on a ball that was kicked out of bounds?
I didn't even see an extra flag.
I think they're going to make them kick it again. I didn't see the extra flag either. So they brought them back in. Was this a timeout, or are they going to make them kick? They're going to make them kick it again. Offsetting penalties?
Okay.
All right, let's kick again. But this time, you're going to kick from the 45?
I got nothing for you, partner. I do not know. Yeah, that's weird. Only 5 yards. Okay, whatever.
Pomeli comes out, says, what happened?
Well, refs always should have the mic where you can hear what they're calling.
He's had it at times. Yeah, not there. He just stared at us, and now everybody runs back out on the field. Okay. Now, Pomeli kicked it off last time from the 50. This time from the 45 will be the re-kick. Pomeli to send it. This time he'll kick it away and into the end zone. So we'll take over the 25. All right. St. Francis comes back out. For Marion, that's the 4th missed PAT this season.
Yeah. I've had a few.
You know, the
Knights. A lot of blocks for St. Francis this year. They really do block a lot of kicks.
You're right. Last week they blocked a field goal, returned it for a touchdown, blocked a punt, returned it for a touchdown, have a blocked punt today of Marion, and a blocked field goal.
And one against St. X early in the season.
Simmons wants to set up a screen, and that ball is down. Just really no movement there, no separation at all.
Bedford all over.
Yep, Peterson did nowhere he could go. Well, for St. Francis, they had so much juice and electricity in this game, and Marion really took the wind out of the sails with that 6.5-minute drive right before halftime.
Yep.
Marion led at halftime 14-10, and if you watch everything but those last 6 minutes, you'd think that St. Francis dominated this game. Pressure! Simmons down! Pettiford!
Man, this guy's a playmaker. I like him a lot. That's his 4th sack on the year. Leads the team. Number 5, Deion Pettiford from Lawrence North High School. And this is everybody. Chauncey Mays, what a swim move there. Majors pressure up the middle. Didn't even know Simmons hadn't got rid of the ball yet. And then Pettiford cleans it up. The LN boys up front.
He looks good, too, wearing that number 5 on the outside, the D end.
I usually hate single digits on defensive linemen, but
he makes it work. Dutra changed your mind on that, too?
He did. He was a heck of a player.
Simmons looking left, slings it left. And Siegel not going to have a lot that he can do with it. Jay Siegel is down, and he's grabbing his left knee.
Oh, yeah.
That's a senior from Lafayette, Jeff. That's not a good sign right there at all.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a timeout. 9:03 to play. Marion on top by 17 on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
I've always liked Indianapolis. I've been interested in the bigger city life. The community and everything fell into place.
With my degree, I plan on becoming a pediatric nurse. Indianapolis has several hospitals and different options to choose from as to where I should go.
I chose Indianapolis because I love the Pacers, I love the Colts, and this is a basketball city. Just wanted to stay in the city, play in front of my friends and family, and try to give Marion my best.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
That's Jay Siegel, the senior wide receiver, coming off on his own power. Made a catch, went down, and immediately grabbed that left knee. It brings up 4th down and 11 from the 24. Another 3 and out. 3rd one of this second half for St. Francis, as the Marion defense has shut down the Cougars really since midway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
James, the punt. And Marion will get it out towards midfield. Well, the Marion Knights really changed the tenor of this game, and afterwards we hope to speak with head coach Mark Henniger, and I think one of the things we ask him is that big 3rd down play by Ben Stevens.
Oh, absolutely. Just thinking the same thing.
And exactly what that 6.5-minute drive did to this football game, because everything changed right then and there.
I mean, sometimes, too, when you come on the road, you can have a little bit of trouble getting going early, with the home crowd against you, and the other team had a perfect script to score a touchdown and all that stuff. And you know, it only takes one play like that to get you going, and it really did this time for Marion.
First down and 10 at the 47. Bundalo, who has taken some shots today, turns, and Christian is tackled. Nice play in the backfield by the defensive end, Moore.
Yeah, too easy. Yeah, he leads the defensive line in tackles. That's his 6.5 tackle for loss this season. Also has 4.5 sacks, couple forced fumbles. Hasn't made a lot of plays today, though. That's his first play that he's made, really.
You tell you what, you wear those shoes and socks, you better make some plays.
No doubt.
Because we're keeping an eye on you when you have that look on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, that stands out, to say the least.
Second down and 12. Hunter.
Another good pull from Cibula.
Well, look at the way Hunter just sort of makes people miss, and he's always launching forward to finish runs.
Yeah, number 75 had a really good day today. He had a really nice pull on the touchdown, a couple others during the course of the game. That one gets Jones out of the hole, creates space for Hunter, and like you said, finishes the run like he normally does, and that's forward.
9 yards, third down and 3. Marion would love to pick up this third down conversion and continue to take time off the clock. Hunter will try and get it on his feet. He does move the sticks.
Nicely done.
Down to the 43-yard line.
As Chris Berman would say, tick, 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 tick.
That is it right now, and that's what Marion is doing. And that's one thing, offensive coordinator Andy Mitchell does an excellent job of really utilizing drives that he can take 5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, and I was there for pregame meal, and Coach Henniger said, I want to run the ball down their throats today. And the fact that they've been able to do that and put drives together, I mean, it's been an impressive showing for the Knights.
First down and 10. Hunter down to the 40-yard line. You know, and it really hasn't been the big chunk plays or anything like that. You know, Marion as a team now, I guess it's...
Well, they have the... these live stats are a little off. I think they're definitely over 100.
Well, and they also factor in the loss of yardage, you know, from Bundalo and whatnot. When you add it up, between Hebler and Hunter, you're looking at about 138 yards of offense. Second down and 7. Here's Hunter.
Oh.
Upended.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, when you look at the box score, it's nothing to blow you away whatsoever, but they've just done this, what they're doing right now, just driving the ball, getting first downs, milking the clock, and really wearing down the other side.
And here you go now, under 6 minutes to play. Marion all run plays thus far. Got the ball at the 47 after forcing the 3 and out. Will this be the 6th straight carry for Christian Hunter? Yep. And brought down. Takari Jones tackles him. Fourth down and 2.
Yeah, number 5 made a lot of plays today for St. Francis. Other than that crackback block, he's had a very good performance.
Well, you call his name a lot. You call Nate Talham a lot.
Oh, yeah.
River Walsh, the linebackers. That on this defense, that's the group that makes the tackles.
Yep.
Here we go. Fourth down and 2 from the 35-yard line. 6 straight run plays. Play clock right now at 5. I think Marion's going to have to call timeout. Play clock's at 1. It's going to be a delay of game. So they'll take the delay of game. No, did they take it or call timeout? Timeout. Timeout was called by Mark Henniger. Well, I know when you played here, and you played for Ted Karras Jr., he started the Marion program in 2007 all the way up until that 2012 national championship team. He's now the defensive line coach, as you mentioned, out of coaching for 4 seasons, now returning here to St. Francis, taking that program from the start all the way to that championship game. Mark Henniger is now in his 10th season. Pretty incredible, the legacy started by Coach Karras. And it was not easy that first year in the transition for Mark Henniger, the stamp he's put on the program in those 10 years since.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Coach Karras wouldn't even recognize Marion if he stepped foot on campus. And you mentioned he was out of coaching for a few years, watching his son play professional football and winning 2 Super Bowl rings, and decided it's finally time to get, put his hat back in the ring and coach again. And it's going to take these guys a couple years to get going again. They've really had some down years recruiting-wise. I think Indiana Wesleyan has really taken a lot of the talent that they would normally get up here in northern Indiana, and just give them some more time and they'll be back.
Marion will be stopped on 4th and 2. River Walsh, one of those linebackers, makes the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, they'll continue to recruit Indianapolis guys, and they'll continue to get some talent in here. But now, I mean, we talk about all the time how tough the MSFA East is, and now you have 4 contenders, 3 of them in Indiana, the other one up there in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I mean, all the best Midwest talent is coming to one of these 4 schools, and it's just tough to really set yourself apart.
You look at St. Francis, Marion, and Indiana Wesleyan. You just go ahead and that's a 90 miles between all of these schools, and they're all competing for all these kids in the state.
Yep.
First down and 10, Heath Simmons, the quarterback, steps up, throws it high, and incomplete, and not even sure who that was intended for.
I have no idea.
Incomplete, as the only nearest person there was Clay Campbell.
I mean, I think about it. If there's any guy that's standing out for high school football in Indiana, you got to believe that all 3 teams have his number and they know who he is. So, I mean, it's cool for a lot of these guys getting recruited. You get your choice between the 3, but, all of them pretty similar, honestly.
Simmons caught about the 44-yard line. You were recruited by both St. Francis and Marion.
Yep. I still remember like it was yesterday making that call to St. Francis and letting them know I chose Marion, and obviously they weren't happy, but I had 3 Warren Central teammates who did choose St. Francis. So, you really do have a choice.
Here's 3rd down and short. Simmons slings it off his back foot. Really nice grab, and then the ball's
he lost
dropped.
It. Unbelievable.
And Marion has the ball. You on the far side, Ben Butler has it and dropped it.
It looked like he just literally dropped it. Like he just didn't want it anymore. A hot potato, here, you take it.
Clay Campbell on top of it. 4th turnover there. Who wants the football?
I mean, that is the story of the game, honestly, for St. Francis.
That's a 1st down catch and run.
They have just fumbled this game.
Watch this. Number 10. This, first of all, heck of a catch.
Oh, yeah.
1st down. Nope.
Oh. He just,
and then number 13 right here in blue jersey. Keep an eye on 13, the blue jersey, if we can. He just got a personal foul. He's talking over there on the sidelines to somebody.
He has a lot to say.
His helmet. And then he.
Oh, that's a pure shove.
Pushed the official, and there it is.
That's ejection, most likely, as well. Yeah, he's gone. I mean, that's clear as day. Frustration, sure, but you got to know better than that.
Yes. I want to thank Greg, Rob, Alan, all our camera crew. How about that? I mean, they get that shot right there on the sideline and say, let's keep with it and see what's happening. And they get that shot there. Great job today.
And hats off to Marion as well for not, falling victim to any of that. Yeah. They really haven't let any of that after the whistle stuff affect them at all today.
Marion gave the ball up at the 36. They have the ball at the 36.
Well, there you go.
And Bundelow has Hebler behind him, and they're just going to keep running the football, and Hebler has it down to the 30-yard line. Vincent's been handling graphics today. Wes Wolf, replay. And Jordan Shue, our director. Big thanks go out as well to St. Francis for having us here.
Yeah, letting us bring the crew.
ISC came out, brought the idea to St. Francis, said, hey, we want to televise the Franciscan Bowl. And the Cougars were like, yeah, let's do it. So IAC comes up. It was a late night last night for high school football, but Jordan Shue and his crew come out, give you all these sights and sounds of Marion football, and the Knights are on their way to their 5th straight win in this series. 8 out of 10. What a run right now. Mark Henniger is on in the Franciscan Bowl.
And not dropping back-to-back games as well. After losing last week, to bounce back the way they have this afternoon has been very impressive.
Yeah, Marion has not lost back-to-back games in a single season since Mark Henniger's first year back in 13. And they avoid that here. And you knew this was going to be the big stretch of Indiana Wesleyan at St. Francis, and next Saturday at Concordia. A game that you can hear on 107.5 and 93.5. The Fans. Zach and I will have the radio call next week at Concordia. 1 o'clock will be the kickoff up in Michigan.
Yeah, great block by Nick Miller on that one. He gets coming back across the line of scrimmage and gets a pancake to Spring Hebler for a couple extra yards.
And the timeout will be called by St. Francis with 2:42 to play. Well, we will hopefully hear from head coach Mark Henniger. Has to be pleased with the effort from this team, especially from the second quarter on.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's so cool that you can literally point to that one play and be like, that was the difference in the game. And, you know, some people don't believe in that kind of stuff, but how can you not believe in it when he gets that screen, it stops short, 4 yards of the first down, still down 10-7 at the time. Gets that extra first down, leads to a big play, leads to the touchdown, and then it was pretty much all Marion after that.
Yeah, Marion trailed 7-0 after St. Francis took their opening drive and punched it in. And this place was buzzing with that 7-zip lead.
Absolutely, yeah.
Marion, though, was able to force a turnover, had a 50-yard punt return, rather, from Jalen Jennings that set Marion up inside the red zone. Here's Pomeli on for what will be a 44-yard field goal. Pomeli, the kick is up. On the way, he has plenty of distance.
All right.
And it is good.
Nice.
Pomeli with the big kick. 43 yards.
They were ready to play today. Marion came in here, they had a job to do, and they took care of business.
Second longest of his career. And Pomeli puts it through 30-10 Marion. Now Marion, when they tied it up at 7s, had that block punt, but limited the Cougars to the field goal. It was 10-7. And then, as Zach was telling you about that change in the second quarter on the big play by Ben Stevens, Marion took off the final 6.5 minutes, all but 10 seconds of the second quarter clock. They got a ball at 6:55. With 94 yards for the touchdown, took the lead at the half. And they have scored all the points here in this second half. So number 10 will improve to 5-1, 3-1 in East play, and they'll have another big-time test next Saturday at Concordia.
See if they can end that streak.
Concordia did have a home game scheduled for today, but has not lost at home since 2016. Pomeli sends it up into the air. Butler, who fumbled the last time he touched the ball, spun down at the 15-yard line.
Great tackle. Owen Gallier.
Simmons will jog on out there. Quarterback, it's had a tough day today. 17 of 13. But he is just 6 of 12 in this second half for 33 yards. He's thrown for 88 forward yards today. Hey, he's got some there. And then the hook and ladder is loose. Marion has it, but they'll say incomplete.
And that is number 13, Dandridge. Did not get ejected.
Did not get ejected for hitting
shove.
that official, for official.
Kind of shocking, honestly. And yeah, it does look like they're trying to set up a hook and ladder there, but with the push right when he's trying to give the ball away, forces it backwards. Marion recovers.
Oh,
they're going to call it incomplete. I got you.
Yes, just called it incomplete. Just 88 yards passing today.
Yeah,
on 17 completions.
Not many. It's just, you know, it's kind of wild, too, the way they started this game.
Yes.
The way they moved the ball right down the field, and I get all those plays are scripted, but I thought it was going to be a long day for Marion after that drive, and they were able to settle in.
Simmons.
Little hop.
Dumps it off. Dandridge. Down to the 25-yard line. 3rd down and 1.
Nice play from Simmons, hopping out of the pocket, making the play on the scramble.
Hitting Dandridge from Pike High School is number 13. Couple guys on this team from Pike, couple of Westfield guys as well. Simmons double clutch. Boy, he was ready to get hit too, was McEachin.
Yeah,
he caught it and just stood there, and then he got the hit. Move the chains. Gain of 5 out to the 30. Clock stops as they reset. Simmons with a guy on his ankle, ball bad, and go get it! Go get it! Marian takes it in!
The Fort Wayne kid from Northside High School with a touchdown in his hometown. That's the way you end the game right there, 32. Jalen Lockett from Fort Wayne, up in the air from Majors. Lockett takes it to the house. He said, I talked to him today at the hotel. He said he had a lot of family coming. He was excited to play at home and gets a touchdown to end this game. Good for him.
Ball batted into the air, and it's in there, and you're like, go get it. That ball is waiting for someone to grab it.
That is so cool.
And a pick 6 for the Fort Wayne kid. Lockett. Homelion for the extra point. And Marion 37-10.
Wow.
Boy, that is great for him. Lockett gets a chance to find that end zone. Celebrates there on that side. Lockett from Fort Wayne North. Boy, oh boy, Marion is once again dominating St. Francis. You know, last year, Marion won 56-10.
Yeah.
Most points scored by Marion in the series history. 56-10 last year.
There was a 14 at a 50-pointer, but it must not have been 56.
I think that was by St. Did St. Francis do that?
I remember scoring 50.
I don't know if it was 56. Yeah.
I have to look it up.
Well, the first meeting, Francis dropped 57. The very first meeting.
That was at Pike High School. That doesn't count.
If it's not on campus, it didn't.
No, it counts obviously, but yeah.
But I mean, just to tell you where this program is, you know, this is the 25th year for Kevin Donnelly, 25th year for St. Francis. But Marion has really taken it to them the last 2 years. Ben Butler. How about 5 turnovers today by the Cougars offense?
Yeah, that's too many. And they were +3 coming into the game.
3 picks today for Simmons.
He just didn't play well today.
No, he did not.
He did not play well.
An inability really to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah. He had, I mean, that one that he missed that turned into an interception was bad because they had a little bit more life. They had one more chance.
You're right. That was
and he gave it right back.
Marion had a 14-play drive. Marion at that point leading 21-10 was ready to. They were at the 12-yard line, and Marion was ready just about to put this one to bed midway through the third quarter. But a fumble on the 14th play of the drive gave this life to the sideline and the crowd. And on the second play, Simmons overthrew his intended receiver in the middle of the field who was wide open.
Yep.
It was a pick, and that was really the last chance they would have.
Yeah, we talked about it. They kind of got away from some stuff that was working early on. Some adjustments made by the defensive staff of Marion kind of stopped that, and they just, weren't able to really get it going anymore.
So Marion, 37-10. They will win for the 5th straight time in this series, 8th time in the last 10 meetings.
Only 188 yards for St. Francis today.
And you mentioned 2 weeks ago against Siena the poor offensive output.
Yep. And still, I mean, Marion was coming into this game only giving up 7.6 points per game. Now only another 10, still under 10 points a game. Pretty good for Coach Stin in his second year as defense coordinator.
This will be the second home loss of the year as well for St. Francis, losing to St. Xavier earlier in the year in a wild one.
Yeah, we watched the end of that one on the way back from Missouri Baptist.
Well, you can hear the Marion fans. Clock winding down. Mark Henninger wants his team to go out there, shake hands, and then move on. Marion wins this one here in Fort Wayne, 37-10. As Marion and the Cougars meet in this great rivalry, but it's dominated again by the Knights. We'll take a timeout. Join us post-game. That's coming up next as number 10 wins big here in Fort Wayne on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
Is your building haunted or infested with icky snakes? Then tear it down. The Raised Trash Demolition Squad can flatten buildings up to 3 stories tall. Whether it's a commercial or residential structure, the Raised Trash Demo experts will make it go boom. And with their roll-off containers, they'll haul away the mess quicker than you can say, hey, there used to be a building there. Bring your old fire trap to its knees with Raised Trash.
RaisedTrash.com.
Raised Trash.
There it is. It remains in Indianapolis, does the Franciscan Trophy. 5th straight year. That is the longest win streak in this series by either team. And Marion gets to take that trophy back home and will be there on campus on display. They'll come down. They'll get a team picture with the Franciscan Bowl trophy. 37-10 is your final. I'm Scott McCauley, along with Zach Graves. Number 10 started out slow today, but boy, did Marion bounce back in a big way after having that loss last week at home.
Yeah, it looked a little shaky at points in the first half, but after an extra effort play, led to another big play, led to a long drive. Taking 6.5 minutes off the clock at the end of the second quarter, that's hard to do. And ending it with a touchdown and pretty much just said, this is our game. This is over now. And from then on, it was all Marion.
And not just to do it, you're right, the patience to do that.
Yeah.
Like you're trailing at this point 7-3. You haven't really been able to muster anything on offense. Your only touchdown came about because you had a 50-yard punt return to put you inside the red zone. They had not generated a truly single drive all day.
Nope.
But yet they had the patience to go 94 yards in 6.5 minutes. That's impressive. That's some discipline, not from the coaches, but only from the players to not get too ahead of yourselves, follow that process, and put it in the end zone.
I mean, that's the goal of every drive for Coach Mitchell. I mean, he continues to run the football on first and second down because he's expecting to get 4 or 5 yards every time, get a first down. Then next set of downs, get another first down and put those kind of drives together. That's what he wants. And they were really putting it on display in that sequence there.
Yeah, as Marion now presents the trophy over there in their huddle. 37-10 is the final, and that was what is impressive is the way that they're able to do that in that second quarter. And then you come out in the third quarter, St. Francis has the 3 and out, and then Marion just sort of kind of took over from there. Every time they had the ball, they were able to put together a couple of first downs, always extend things out a couple of minutes, and St. Francis could never string anything together whatsoever in that second half.
I mean, Marion made mistakes and had turnovers, but they were able to recover from them. St. Francis, after a couple turnovers, really just got down on themselves. You can kind of see the shift in body language, and they just, really lost confidence in themselves. And, Marion just took advantage of all that.
How's that feeling right there? You know it's big, you know it's your rival, and number one, you bounce back.
It's pretty good. It's a good feeling for sure. It's always a good feeling to beat St. Francis. I mean, it just is.
And you came up with the team last night again. Normally this is a trip they'll drive up day of, but with the noon start, Marion wanted to come out and be ready, and they got here last night. That pregame meal, the breakfast today, the message. Did they check off all the boxes that Coach Henniger wanted them to do?
Everything. They did. They answered the bell. He challenged them, and they answered.
And now look at this. How many hands you want to hold up?
1,
5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Look at that.
Where's Kobe? 1, 2, 3, 4.
There
5.
it is. They're going to hold up the 5. 5 straight W's.
That's awesome.
In this series. That's a picture. No team has had that picture in this series because no team has won it 5 times in a row. And that's 8 out of 9 right now in this series. There's Coach Henniger hugging Tyler Stinn, the defensive coordinator. You know this game means a lot to Tyler Stinn.
Oh, yeah.
Recruited and played for Ted Karras on that national championship team just like you did. And he went against him today. And there's Coach Henniger coming on over. There's Mitch helping us up, pointing up to us. Coach, congratulations. Thanks. I know I just saw the picture and you held up the 5 hands. No one else has a picture that shows 5 in a row because no one's won 5 in a row in this series until your team did today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge win. Just told our guys, I mean, this is such an important game. I mean, it's the and I've said this for a long time. I think this is the best rivalry in college football. I mean, there are some that have been doing it for longer, but when you look at kind of what the two programs have done and accomplished, especially here over the last 10, 15 years, we're all recruiting the same guys. Our guys. I mean, it's all, you're going to see here. I mean, we didn't like these guys here for the last 3 hours, but here in a minute, you're about ready to watch a bunch of dudes get together and get pictures taken together, and guys that are high school teammates and all that. So it's a great rivalry. It's what makes college football fun, and it's always way better to come out on top in these games.
Coach, congratulations. Heck of a game today, heck of a performance. I want to talk about one play in particular. In the second quarter, not a lot going on offense. Throw a screen pass to Ben Stevens. He stopped 4 yards short.
Yeah.
Him and the offensive line push forward, get a first down, leads to a big play, leads to a touchdown. Talk about that play and Ben Stevens and the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean that's Ben. I mean that's Ben. Like he just literally put the team on his back and wasn't going to be denied. I mean that's a huge play, especially considering what was going on in the game at that time. Like we were really, they had a couple different things for us on defense, and we were struggling, to really get any consistency going on offense. And I told our guys this morning that this is. The legendary players that have played at Marion have all made huge plays in this game. All huge plays in this game. And if you want to be, one of those guys, then you've got to make one of those plays, and that's what that was. And it's not one that's going to show up on a ton of highlight films and all that. I mean, it wasn't him jumping over somebody and running over 2 guys to get in the end zone like we had last year. But that was just all grit and a guy that that's a captain. That's a guy that wasn't going to be denied and knew exactly what we needed at that moment, and made a heck of a play.
How do you and your offensive coordinator Andy Mitchell have the patience on that drive before halftime? You go 94 yards, 6.5 minutes. It was just 4 yards here, 5 yards here. You get the big play that springs it for Ben Stevens. That was a game-changing finish to the first half for the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, without question. I mean, it gave us a lead. When honestly, I feel like they outplayed us there in the first half. I mean, we weren't. They went right down the field on us on the first drive. Defensively, I don't know if we were. We misfit a couple things, and I don't know if we were too, just kind of juiced up or what it was. But we made a couple uncharacteristic mistakes there, and the thing. They got up, and to their credit, they made plays, and and so I mean to go in at halftime with a lead, when we could have really easily gone in there at half and been down 17. I mean after the turnover and the defense came up big, and I mean obviously that's a gigantic drive, and when we play really well, we're able to do that. You know, we're able to take minutes off the clock and just grind out those types of a drive. And as you're sitting there, you're watching it, and it's like, okay, you know, hey, Andy, we're inside of 6, we're inside of 5, we're inside of 1, and you know, and it was just, you know, it was just really just a great drive. You know, and it gave us, you know, all the momentum going into the second half, and you know, that was, you know, defensively came out in the second half, played well, and you know, fortunately, that's all we needed.
You did. You dominated the second half. It's funny you say that. As we're up here calling that drive before half, we're like, they haven't used a timeout. There's 32 seconds.
Yeah.
Here's 16 seconds. Hello, guys. And it was an incredible way to finish, and it completely changed the game. Then the defense takes over from there. And Zach and I said Bundalo needs an ice bath, maybe some Tylenol. After those 2 mistakes, you're not sure how number 9 is going to respond.
Yeah.
He responded, took some shots. No one questions his toughness. He battled out there today.
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, I mean, he was, you know, he started off, made a couple of bad throws, and it would have been real easy for him at that point to just kind of, you know, and I think Zach last year would have. I think he kind of, you know, would have just, you know, I don't want to use the word cower because that's not the right word, but, you know, he would have just become super tentative and really hesitant. And he didn't, you know, and I think, you know, Andy's done a great job with him just talking, you know, just mentally how you know, how he approaches him, and then how Zach approaches the game. He's really developed, and he stood in there in the second half and just made some big time throws, you know, like and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't just hitting wide open guys. And I mean, he sat there and took shots, like you said, and put the ball in between some windows. And again, we had some guys, you know, really come through and make some big time catches, some contested catches when we needed to, you know, keep the sticks moving and continue to drain the clock. So, yeah, I mean, Zach, I mean, obviously he's gonna watch the first half of that game and not be real happy, but you know, we got to continue to build on what we saw there in the second half.
You've now won 4 straight in this stadium, 5 straight overall in this series. 8 out of the last 10 games have gone to Marion in the Franciscan Bowl or a playoff game. Coach, congratulations. Great job today. We look forward to watching the squad next Saturday up in Michigan against Concordia.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. It's nice to have you guys put some miles on the car and take the trip up here to beautiful Fort Wayne, and you know, we're excited for next week.
Congratulations, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, see you guys.
Head coach Mark Henniger, another win here in the Franciscan Bowl. Next week, we're going to put miles on the car again.
Yes, sir.
We're going to head to Michigan. 1 o'clock is the kick next Saturday at Concordia. Look, Coach Henniger says, give me in this picture. Give me in this picture. I wanted this thing. He wants to celebrate this one. This is a big win. Anytime you could beat St. Francis. Next Saturday, we'll be at Concordia. You can listen to that game on 93.5 and 107.5 FM, The Fan. So it's a radio call next week. Touchdowns all around the board today. The defense was big. How about the Fort Wayne kid? Lockett taking it in the house. Marian takes home the title. They win it 37-10. The trophy is theirs. Zach's happy. Everyone's happy. Thanks for watching on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.